they got another camera too. Holy shit!
Of course.
There's like a like patch of like burning greases.
Grease fires have been affecting an 8-mile area. Just burning grease falling from the sky, lighting people's houses on fire.
Still going on for the next 12 years.
Like Centurion.
How many spider chickens exactly were in that nest?
Too many.
All of it. Too many.
Oh, don't tell me you extincted the spider chickens. No. That'd be terrible.
That we made.
That'd be the worst. I'd hate whoever caused the extinction of spider chickens.
It's like, great, now our food stock's gone down by like infinite percent.
This man-made boss fight that you need for Thanksgiving.
You don't want to ruin the food supply at 20XX. Everything's really real. Like, everyone will have to switch back to like Soylent Green. Blow up all the spider chickens.
Oh my god. Just like everything now has a health bar because we've evolved that far.
I hope we don't evolve to the point where food sucks a lot like that.
Or
Seriously.
That'll totally blow.
Then again, like we've had constant interpretation of the future like sucking a bag of dick.
I like the impressions of the future from back in the 40s when they thought everything would be flying cars and microwaves and stuff.
chrome.
And chrome. Like,
everything
is
is
we
fucking
were gonna get all this fucking chrome.
Like,
why did they think we were gonna put it on everything? That'd make everything hot and bright as hell. No one would be able to see. Like, what did they think this was? And why did they think car design wasn't gonna evolve?
That's
at
why
all?
we have those new visor sunglasses.
Why did they think car design wasn't gonna evolve at all? They thought we was gonna be in 2014 driving 1950. 56 chromed out flying Ford Novas.
Okay.
Like, have you ever seen those like 40s and 50s posters like Visions of the Future? They got like a 1956 Plymouth Fury with no wheels flying around. Like, yeah, we aged 80 years and have nuclear flying cars, but they still look like freaking Studebakers.
Oh. Chrome stupid.
You're looking at a fucking. You're
First of
looking
all,
at
like,
a fucking.
how are you supposed to open the door to your house?
Samurai Warriors versus
like,
mode, expecting it to make sense.
I can't get in here. They thought everyone was gonna still dress the same. Housewives were just gonna be all.
But with floating pauldrons on.
It's like,
That wouldn't make
hey,
any sense.
inconceivably by this point, white husband.
Whole turkey.
It's like, what happens with black people? It's like, oh, they went extinct. First of all, that's a virtual impossibility.
This far in the future, we're all beige.
We're all beige.
By 20XX, we're all gonna be Bayesian. We're gonna be like, everyone's gonna either look Mexican or Chinese or somewhere in the middle.
Yep.
Somewhere in the middle and like somewhere close to a tan.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be some
But you know, somewhere down that line, they were black.
I'm telling you, and by 20XX, everyone's gonna kind of look. All the bitches are gonna be really, really bad. Because if you look through history, women are getting way better looking. Go look at pictures of like women from the 1700s.
Oh no,
you
you
look
look
at
like
them from now. And look at them from now. Whoa.
They weren't ugly, but they were really plain.
Nah, they were ugly, bro. Like, there's just not enough genetic diversity going on back then.
Let's take it even further back to like medieval century. Like, holy fucking shit! If I had a girl that was like just walked in my house and looked like a goddamn vampire, I'd be taking out the shotgun by now.
Like vampires, they looked like monkeys and stuff. Like you couldn't bring
vampires are actually pretty.
Yeah, you couldn't bring a nowadays chick back to like the olden times because like they think she's they think she's like a goddess or a witch and try to like stone her and murder her or something.
It's like there's only one reason why you look that good.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you met a real vampire? Come on.
Burn it.
Well, yeah,
most likely because they hated their choices.
Oh, no, never mind. I guess that's
yeah,
you're trying to tempt me from my wife, Stone.
Actually, no. Women might cap out. What if they hit like 20XX and just cap out or like revert?
Oh God, no. Revert.
How would that even happen?
I'm kind of theorizing like everything gets so tough and like you know how gender roles are disappearing, like women are becoming the breadwinners. It's like think about it. Like in 20XX, maybe if 20XX everything's pretty much equal, everyone's got to do the same work. Women might just like converge, and everyone might just look the same, like bland.
Well, first of all, look at
like the fucking the South Park feature where everybody just looks like brown bald Mexican people.
Yeah. That's what I'm kind of hoping doesn't happen.
Like for me, it's just.
See, this is why we need
honestly,
racism.
what's going to be standard
in order to
for
preserve
men
our
in the
cultures
future?
from all the
That is the most intelligent thing I've heard in a long time. We need racism to ensure some racial diversity. Because, I mean, yes, homogenization and melting pot and mixing is nice, but too much mixing can maybe be a bad thing.
No, melting pot mixing is not nice because people just kind of throw their culture to the wayside and just be like, hey, American. I don't speak Spanish anymore because my parents don't want me to fit in.
History anyone wants to embrace, because everyone else's history is like a 3-part Annie miniseries, and our history is like a Michael Bay freaking miniseries or something like a. Our series is
black people.
I don't like it when like a Spanish person can't speak Spanish. Their parents speak.
Just don't love them. That's not a cultural thing. That's just bad parenting. Their parents don't love them.
Sorry, Miguel. Sorry, Miguel's sister.
Oh no!
Wait, can they actually not speak Spanish?
No.
They can't. Not really.
No.
That's shameful.
That's just
His name is Miguel.
That's
waste that
name.
name.
Oh man!
Should just named him Mike and
Just get been done with it.
Miguel nor his sister that looks miraculously like him can speak Spanish all that well. Or at all. I don't know. I don't
And
like
he has
they
a
don't
brother that looks nothing like him.
like I don't like it when you're literally one generation removed and you can't speak the language.
Like one generation removed from your homeland.
Like
Again,
their
that's
parents
just because
speak
their parents don't love
like
them.
if your parents
I'm
speak
generally
it and your
3.
grandparents speak it, there's no reason why you can't speak why you shouldn't speak it.
I'm 3 generations away from my Haitian family, and like they
That's
all
an
can.
excuse. That's okay.
That they
3 is
all
good.
still speak Creole. All of them.
Well, that's because Haitian people are kind of like, they only come in 2 speeds. They either come here, completely sell out their Haitian roots, don't claim it no more, and just, nope, we in the big leagues now, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, and then it gets sedity to the rest of their family, and it's like, they pretend the rest of their family's not even related to them.
They in some fucking Wasana song.
Yeah,
bullshit.
they just kind of like, nah.
like a
They either do that, or they
so.
stick with the Haitian, like,
Ordeal.
I'm Haitian, and I'm still gonna act like I'm better than you, but I'm just gonna la to American culture. Like, they still in Haiti in their minds. Haitians only do 2 speeds. They either fully embrace American culture and sell out, say, fuck my own culture, I'm done with that, I moved here, that's gone, or they like, no, America's just where I'm squatting. Fuck this. I'm not even gonna learn the language.
Yeah, God.
See,
No, it is hilariously
at
true.
least you
But
speak Spanish, then like
I
we're like bending over
ironically
backwards
enough-
to make sure like everything else is written in Spanish.
Creole, you don't really get anything from because it's not like there's a giant
Listen, if
American subculture that speaks Creole
Creole.
or French. But
Au
Spanish,
contraire.
huh?
Au contraire. There's lots of Haitian people in Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana. But Spanish is fucking everywhere.
Spanish is America's second language.
Yeah. Esperanza is just half Spanish, half English.
Like, Spanish is definitely.
If you know
America's,
English
we're a
and you know
bilingual
Spanish,
country
you
now.
got
Oh, you gave
Esperanza
him devil
on
horns.
lock.
Even better.
The so-called future language, you got that shit on lock.
I think the future language is
remember the
Mandarin
Bob
Chinese,
character we made before?
actually.
Oh,
Remember the Bob character we made before?
Oh yeah, America or
It's Evil Bob.
Dark Bob.
Evil
Dark
Bob.
Bob.
I thought Dark
Small
Bob was.
destroyer.
Oh yeah, fucking
Boys.
Russian. Russian.
No, Bobski is Bob's
Bob's
his neutrally aligned clone who just is kind of a bleeding heart liberal.
Yeah,
Bobski.
Bleeding heart liberal as opposed to conservative.
he's
I
not.
love that American background of that. I love that.
No, that's Bob himself.
Yeah,
That's
no, we made Bob Soul Calvert, so we're like,
Why do
Bob,
we not have the
So
Soul
Bob, what do you want
Calvert
your character to have? I don't know, like America and stuff. Okay, I got you.
So this is Bob, and Bobski is. We thought that was Evil Bob, but that's actually Neutral Bob. Evil Bob is who he will have to fight like near the end of his life in order to save the universe.
Gotcha.
Sometimes I look like
Oh,
this.
now look back.
Sometimes this is my transformation.
Yeah, he transforms. He's an eagle man.
I love
That's
how
how,
it's just photorealistic eagle head on top of him.
that's how American he is.
Just photorealistic eagle head.
Yep.
The funny thing is, like, people are like, "Oh, American Eagle looks really sick." It's like, this looks retarded.
Look, it's better than the
this is yours, so one ticket has to be on here.
Oh my god, we were actually hanging out.
Show them the best,
So we're slaughterable?
the best
First, like-
nunchuck user ever, Moon Cricket.
Moon Cricket, yes.
He's from the blaxploitation 70s.
Clearly.
Also, it's kind of hard to see, but his sunglasses has like a heart pattern on it.
Yeah. He has a heated rivalry with
The time traveling gypsy bitch.
time traveling gypsy bitch who sent him back in time into the Soul Calibur era. And he was trying to fight his way back
To the 70s.
Yes.
Yeah, he's from the 1970s to like the 1670s.
Yes.
And he has to kung fu his way back.
but the
for
time
time.
travel-
Like, literally that, like, because they got it sent from the 1970s to the 1670s. Oh, damn, baby.
Yeah. But the time traveling during a heated battle, he almost defeated the time traveling gypsy bitch, but he was sent back in time,
Again.
and now he's trying to find his way back. It's almost like Samurai Jack, only more racist.
Like
That time traveling gypsy
like
bitch.
sending your opponent through time as a means.
It's
to
like
beat
he
a
doesn't
thing.
really
They
know
did that
what-
in Skyrim too with Alduin, and I
Yeah.
like how they like said it at the end. He was like, "So we defeated him? No, we did not. We sent him forward in time.
It's
Wait,
no
so does
longer
that
our
mean-
problem."
Yeah, it's like, so
Doesn't
wait,
that mean
doesn't
that makes
that
the
mean
problem
someone else
worse?
is gonna deal with this later? Well, hopefully they'll have a plan for that when
Yep.
it happens
But,
to them.
like, the problem with that is,
will
like,
be
Pause it,
dead.
close to the mic. I'm
like,
already
the problem with
recording.
that is that that's implying that they actually got the message across to a generation of people who, by then, is just a game of telephone.
No,
so it
that
gets
doesn't
more and more
imply
diluted to the point where, like, they just don't believe it anymore.
No, that doesn't
and then that
imply
shit
anything.
happens.
That's just
No,
the
he
worst
just
part of
pops in in your
shucking.
time, and you're like,
Yeah,
"Fuck the dragon."
That's just the worst type of like abdicating your responsibility.
He didn't leave a letter pinned to his chest
that's
or
like
anything.
Casey's undefeatable. He's like this nightmarish beast. I'm trying to defeat him. I can't, so I just say screw it. I'm gonna hurl him 20 generations in the future in the hopes that my great grandchildren will be smart enough to have devised a way to defeat this threat that they haven't seen in 100,000
But that's
years.
implying
This
that they
would
still
only-
believe what the fuck you say.
That's what I'm saying. This is an ancient
Yeah.
myth
This
that no
would-
one believes.
This
that
would
is
only
now
work.
true.
This would only work if you're immortal.
Which is why I said this
Like,
is a game of
you-
telephone.
You can
Or no,
train and
it's
gather up as much power as you can until he arrives
Comes
in that
back.
set time that you
not-
sent him to, and then you're like, "I'm ready for that ass now."
I mean, yeah, if you're immortal, maybe that works out. But it's like, who's to say you still can't defeat him then? Like,
Yeah, it's like even if you're immortal, it's basically just like procrastination on a cosmic
yeah,
scale.
it is just like super
But that's
long-term
not. Like, I'm not saying that you send them and say, they'll want to get to it. I'm saying like you send them there and you just start like going to ancient pyramids with like text in them that'll teach you like new and exciting magic.
Like, 'cause
No,
you're-
I'm
alright,
talking about like,
you-
you're not even that
Wait,
guy.
like,
You're
you're-
just hurling him into the future, and you know you're gonna be dead. Like, you just know how to hurl
No,
him
I'm
into the
saying this
future.
is the only way it'll work. If you're
Uh-huh.
immortal and you send him to the future, like, no, fuck. All right, now I gotta get ready for this motherfucker in 10,000 years time, because he won't be ready for me because I just threw him there.
Yeah.
Well, also, do you know exactly what point he's going to come back? Like, are you like waiting over the spot where he's about to respawn, like with a
Yeah, it's
stopwatch
your
and like a bunch
spell.
of like
Yeah,
satellite
you know
lasers
this
going
is-
off?
Yeah, it's your
time
spell.
travel.
You're like shim shim shalabeam 10,000 years,
Yeah,
10:30 a.m.
Yeah, you know when he's
All this
coming
time
back.
travel. That's why I hate it when like stories like try super hard to push time travel
Yeah.
and don't do it right.
It's hard
It's
to do
an
right.
easy thing to fuck up.
It is.
But anyway,
I don't like Agent T-1000 now. They're coming out with
Especially
the new
with, like-
Terminator movie.
Isn't
Yeah,
it Jet
like-
Li?
Samurai
Yeah.
Jack, like they flow him into the future in a futuristic city. It's like Aku doesn't even know how half these weapons work.
Because no, he's been
How
there the
do
whole
you-
time. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
He's
froze
a
Samurai
he's
Jack.
with
He's
the
been-
times.
Yeah,
he's
been-
going with the he's
This has
immortal,
been
so
an
he's going
evil-
with the timeline.
A dynasty
as
of
he
evil.
should.
Like Aku's been running things for like 500 years. We've all
That's a laser. How does it work? I know now. Yeah, like
Yeah,
he's been there.
Like for like
It's
500
Samurai
years,
Jack who was hurled through time, not Aku.
oppressing everyone. Yeah, the evil guy did that to the good guy
Yeah.
instead of the other way around.
But that makes
Right.
sense. That's where it's like that's a proper representation, and they don't look.
Actually, no, it wasn't. He was trying to like leave and get away from Samurai Jack and like escape him, but he ended up just hurling Samurai Jack through the portal instead.
No, that's
It
what
was
he
like-
wanted to do.
Oh, I thought you were trying to escape Samurai Jack.
No, he was trying to like push him towards like an era.
He was like, no.
Oh, I'll send you to a
stop
time
him.
when I'm already, you know, in
he was
charge.
like, you're just an ancient samurai guy with a cool sword. Get the fuck out of here.
No,
I've already taken over everything at this point.
Yeah, Aku did it the right way.
Yeah.
But like, that's the thing. Like, once Aku's dead,
Well, he was going on the whole principle.
The whole future falls apart.
No, Aku
he's an ancient
wouldn't
spirit.
Die, let's kill
like,
him.
Yeah,
He's
when is he gonna die?
Of, like, he's like an embodiment of evil.
But he already has like an Achilles heel though.
Well,
that sword that Samurai Jack
just
has.
that
And if he's not touched by that sword, he'll live forever.
Yeah.
Send him through time.
You know what I mean? Like, once Aku's dead, it's just like, well, shit, Aku's
But Aku
dead.
can't
in the
die.
future.
Yeah.
Well, this economy is about to
Unless
like
Samurai
fall apart.
Jack
Yeah,
kills
that
him.
too, yeah. I mean, of course, they never really thought about that. Like, the ramifications, of course, of Samurai Jack killing Aku, like, the whole economy collapsing.
Well,
like,
Yeah, but this is during feudal
Aku
times.
doesn't care about those consequences because, well, for one, he's going to be dead, and two, he's evil.
Word.
you'd
And,
like these consequences.
Oh, by the way, Leon. So you've been hiding something from us, and I think you want to disclose?
Welcome to Smoke Break, everybody. I've been recording for at least half this time.
I figured.
Unfortunately, you missed the chicken spiders.
I missed most of the chicken spiders.
He kind of came in,
Spider
like
chickens.
half of it, it's there. So, what do you want to get off your chest, Leon?
So, did you hear that Watch Mojo is rating all anime reviewers on YouTube, and apparently I'm one of them?
Oh, nice.
Oh boy.
Well, I guess that's what we're talking about now.
Wacky
No,
Modder
no, no, no.
84, shameless plug, go
No,
watch
no,
it.
no. I'm not shamelessly bragging right now because I'm ranked 124 out of God knows how many.
Okay.
Well, at least
I'm
you're
nowhere
on.
even close.
At least you're on the list.
Like, it honestly isn't a shameless plug. We're actually just, like, at Wacky Modder's house. He literally just, like, walked into the room. He didn't even know we're doing this.
I'm looking at the sound waves, and he's halfway across the room and still peeking.
Great.
Nice.
Well,
That's a
if
sign
you're
of a
still a
good
fan of
thing.
his videos, for whatever reason, you know what he sounds like already.
Well, yes, you know. Now we can tag Wacky Modder into this video. Excellent.
Give them all of our now 10 views.
Yeah.
Whoa, 10?
Oh, I'm sure you had more than that. I advertised the last podcast.
Oh no, this is on Leon's channel.
Yeah, but still, I advertised it.
Well, yeah.
Oh, the noise at.
What do you want to? I've been dying to know. You keeping secrets. What is the
Alright,
secret?
like, we're friends on Facebook, and I noticed about 18 minutes ago you fucking posted something about hating Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
So this episode is about, like, bandwagoners, what was it? Bandwagoners, contrarians, and why you should ignore both. Now I need you to explain your vehement hatred of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Was really vehement?
Like, I've been holding this in for a while, and I don't think I realized how much I actually really hate the game.
Even though you've never played any of them.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, but still.
And you haven't even seen gameplay of 2 or 3.
I have seen gameplay of 2 and 3. I watched, what's it called? Pro Jared play them. But then I looked up other people, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't even have to actually play this game. I see what it's about. It's simple, like I don't know, just it feels like one of those instant gratifications, you pay for what you get for type of games that have been just like, you know, just flooding the market, and it crushes my soul.
But in this day and age, actually getting what you pay for is kind of like not something. Yeah, that's like an accomplishment now.
Morgan, you need to grab that folding chair and come closer.
Word,
really.
because
Well,
the sound
also, like-
waves.
Like, how much is that game?
I don't, like
$5?
$5. Like, yeah, so, like sometimes
$5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an American game.
Well, I mean, I guess I can kind of see what Bob's getting
We
at.
can stick with $5 rules though.
Yeah.
$5.
Shut up.
Well, let me just say, if I just may, Casey, if I may just say, I will agree with you that Five Nights at Freddy's, the levels of just how much it scares you has gone up and down as between the 3 games. If in my eyes, I would say that the first Five Nights at Freddy's was the peak of, like, literally where it was the most scariest. Like, the ambience that Five Nights at Freddy's 1 gave was beautiful. It was absolutely chilling. It wasn't like, it didn't like give it away like say like in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 where where when an animatronic got close, you hear the ding ding over and over again. It didn't have anything like that.
That sound was for when the freaking music box was getting low.
No. That one you just hear Pop Goes the Weasel playing, and then
no, that was when you have to wind it, and when the winding was getting low, that's when the sound was going.
Actually, no. When you hear that little clanging sound, that means that usually happens when an animatronic is either right about to go into the vent or they're right at the end of the hallway. Those are the two triggers for it. And honestly, I feel like they could have done a lot better with the ambience with that, because really, Five Nights at Freddy's 1 didn't have any of that. It just had more or less just creaking of the building. You hear the heater, you hear the fan, and there's more or less just a creepy environment.
Well, I think what I'm getting at is, the first one, it did the ambience great and all, and I do like how they kept going with the lore for the next two games, but gameplay-wise, I really don't think it needed a sequel.
Yeah, well,
let alone two of them less than a year apart from each other.
It was trying to build a story, and you kind of wanted to get it out the way, and it was really easy and quick to make.
Yeah, my whole thing is like, I mean, the lore being good and stuff, that's all well and good, but if I really want to witness that, I'll read a book or look on the wiki. Like, it's like, again, I have tried the first game, but I haven't played the other two, and I've seen videos of numerous for each of them, and I'm just like, it's scary at first. It's like, okay, the jump scares are kind of like, but then the novelty wears off.
I'll let you finish. Go on.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, you could play a game like Resident Evil 2. Sure, you've played it for years. You're not scared of the game anymore. All the scares, you know what's going to happen. Yeah. But it's a fun game. It's a game you can keep playing and playing. It doesn't wear on you. It's not like a cheap novelty that lasts like a month. And then, gotta wait for the sequel to come out,
That's a classic, and that also has that nostalgia factor.
I guess, and it has a team making it.
I guess mainly the reason
instead
why...
of one guy.
Yeah.
I guess just like, I don't know, like, I don't hate the game because it's necessarily bad. For one guy making it, it's pretty good, I guess. But it's like, it's impressive. But then again, I've seen more impressive games being made by one guy. Look at Cave Story. Granted, it took considerably longer to make. But the guy...
Not only did it take considerably long to make, it got an HD remix.
With an actual team.
It did. But I feel like, I don't know, the idea behind Five Nights at Freddy's, a good idea, I wish it was like, I don't know, like exposed in a better game. Like...
I actually think that Five Nights at Freddy's was the perfect place to put that idea. 3 games, a full story.
I never really played it.
I just wish it kind of like expanded as we went along. Like
I don't want any more story behind that. 3 games, full story.
I meant like
if he releases any games beyond this, then he's fucking he's stretching it.
Honestly,
he's digging for gold.
Honestly,
at that point.
I think he's all. If that's a nicer way to put it, I think he's already kind of digging for gold, because I think the first one really did everything it needed to do, and really like.
What's it about? Like creepy animatronic puppets or something?
Yeah.
Well, basically, you're a security. You're a overnight security guard at Chuck E. Cheese's, but then at night the animatronics come to life and try to sneak into the office and kill you.
Nice.
And stuff you into an animatronic suit.
Yeah, like
which is full with mechanical shit, which will basically turn you into ground beef.
It's like getting shoved into a freaking meat grinder against your will.
Like the prospect in of itself is horrifying.
As opposed to when people do that consensually, but anyway.
Hey, I'm sure that's somebody's fetish. You never know.
This world is fucked up. This world is fucked up. Yes, that's probably
so good, girl.
So.
Jameen first, baby.
Well, speaking of fetishes, let's not speak about fetishes until later.
Anyway, just like...
sorry, can I just finish?
Yeah, go for it.
Fuck, what was I just saying? The first game, it got everything it needed to out of the way. Like...
Nice.
Is that like the only...
I have the Buster Wolf one. I wish I would have worn it.
They're complimenting each other's shirts.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway.
No, shout-outs to...
Eternal Rivals.
There we go.
Yeah, great shirts. Anyway, as I was saying, I think even the lore in the first game. I mean, I do like the stuff they added later on. It was good. it's a good story, but I think they had enough story in the first one. They could have left a lot of the other stuff just ambiguous.
I feel like the
Like a
games
mystery?
came out so fast that he already had the story in hand, and he just wanted to get the games out.
No, I'm pretty sure he made the first one just as let's see if this works. And he's like, holy
From
shit,
what
look
you
at all this
told me
money.
of
I
the
need to do
premise,
this again.
I don't really felt like there needs
he
to
was
be a
interviewed on
storyline.
that. That's not
I feel
what
like that sounds
Like
better.
maybe the first game was like a holy shit this works, but then he like started writing, and the last two games were connected.
From what you guys have told me, no, just evil puppets. Like you're the night watchman.
No,
they come alive.
No, there
they
is
try
more.
to-
There is more
but
stuff in
there
the background.
shouldn't be.
I do like how there is like
I like
like the
that
reason why
they-
they're
I
trying
like
to
the
kill you.
lore
I like the effort that they put in.
That reminds me.
because like before like the first 3 nights, there's like a phone call you get from the dude who was working in your shift before and telling you about everything that's going down.
that
Actually,
reminds
as
me.
you look around, you see like newspaper clippings that like say like a couple years ago, a bunch of children were murdered.
How does this store stay in business? Like, and you still get this job? But anyway, that reminds
And it's
me.
shitty pay too.
There's a classic,
pay,
of course.
$105.
There's a classic Italian horror movie. Well, I guess you wouldn't call it classic. You probably can't call any Italian horror movie classic, but that's a whole another.
Or either it's a classic or a complete ripoff.
Or a classic complete ripoff. But
There we
that's
go.
a whole nother thing over there.
Like,
Yeah.
But there's this Italian horror movie where
Zombie 3.
yeah, zombie with an I.
Zombie 7.
So the Italian version of
Zombie. But I love their synth riff soundtracks, though, like how
Yeah.
they would be going off like with these soundtracks. But
Alright, you continue.
but
I guess
but,
honestly, I guess Five Nights at Freddy's just scares me more than a lot of other people's because I actually have a deep-rooted fear of Chuck E. Cheese's in real life.
We'll get to that. Well, I want them to
I
finish
can see
first.
why not many why some people might not be scared by it, but that's just me, I
Honestly,
guess.
I still get scared by it.
what, Chuck E. Cheese's?
Oh no, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, I get scared of Chuck E. Cheese's. I don't
Yeah.
like Chuck E. Cheese.
But I do it.
Then this game was
Well,
probably
Five
scary.
Nights
this
at
game
Freddy's
will
is one for you.
scare the shit out
But
of
I
me.
do admit that,
pretty
yeah,
creepy
the
place.
second game was probably the least scary of the three. The third one picked it up a bit, but still didn't quite match the first one. But
The
yeah,
graphics
the
on that
scariness-
one guy in 3
Yeah.
is so good.
Yeah, I'll agree.
I think that's actually a problem. The fact that it's too good, the fact that his animation is too smooth, it's not scary anymore. It's that all of a sudden something literally just pops up.
No, he like lurches at you. It's
I
supposed
know,
to be
I
like
played the third one.
it's literally actually supposed to be a guy in there.
Yeah, that's
Well,
that's the
yeah,
creepy
I know
part.
there is a lore-wise reason why his animation is smoother, but it still just isn't as scary.
Yeah.
I'd
I
much
mean, it's
prefer.
grittier and all.
I would much
Lore-wise,
prefer-
it's a bit scarier to me because I like the fact that like a bunch of like 20-somethings decided to take like this rundown Chuck E. Cheese's and make it into an actual like scare exhibit. But this thing is running around actually trying to kill people.
Like, first of
I
all, that was a
would've
stupid
much-
idea to bring the actual
It
thing
went
in the
from
store.
like legitimate like scary movie to okay sequel to scary movie to hokey third.
Oh, when they're like big boxing it and they're preparing to make 7 more sequels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it stops at the third instead of the 7
Yeah.
more sequels.
Like, it stops before it's
Eventually,
like,
it would have become a whole company of
Five
people
Nights at Freddy's 7
are making
the Refreddying and
yeah, and they're like making these animatronic puppets and sending them out to like
murder their fucking cops.
to chains.
yeah,
this
but
place.
they all have evil spirits in them, and now they're murdering
much
people
would
across the
prefer-
country.
I think if they actually did leave it open enough that he probably could make another and
Not really. The ending
No,
is
they
kind of
closed
solid.
that.
Yeah, I mean,
they
you
closed
ever
that
kinda
right.
think
not
that
exactly. Even the ending where the place burns down, if you brighten up the image, you see Springtrap is still alive.
They burned it down? I don't remember that happening.
The place
That's
burned
At the end of
down.
the second game.
The place burned
no,
down,
the-
and the spirits of the 4 are free.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but then if you look at the image, like you brighten it up, you see Springtrap is still standing.
Wait, in the second, I'm trying to
Wait,
remember.
is it?
The
Sounds
third,
supposed
I'm
to be
pretty sure
like
like Springtrap didn't even show up in the
Yeah.
second one.
Yeah.
No,
Somebody
I'm
was
talking about
bouncing
the
their
third
knee,
one.
but it was.
The second
done now.
game's like at the end of the second game they burned the place, right?
No, and
No.
the third.
The
Oh, it's
second
the
one was
third,
just shut
okay.
down. The third one, I don't even know.
The
what happened
second
to
one
that
is a
story.
prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what it was.
it's a questionable prequel. The second one.
No, it is a prequel. It's like
But it's weird that like the originals are still there, but they decide to read it. Like it's a really weird like
honestly,
prequel
It's
type
more
prequel.
like
no, it
wireless.
like it. Yeah, like it is a prequel. It's not ambiguous. It just is a prequel, but it's just I really don't think it was done well. I don't think it needed a sequel.
It was.
Well, I don't think it needed a prequel.
It was. Yeah, the second one was shaky at best, but the third one I think capped it off really well.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you actually do get a closure on the story that I liked.
Yeah.
But I mean, the actual gameplay in the second and third one it really just didn't seem to fit what was going on.
That's another thing. Like, the thing I liked about Five Nights is that like they actually changed like the gimmicks of the gameplay in each game.
How so? What do you do basically?
Well, in the first game, in every game.
Well, each game's pretty different. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in every game, you look at these security monitors. Like at the beginning of each level. Well, at least in the first one, you see, the 3 animatronics on stage, like the Chuck E. Cheese's band, and they're just there. But every once in a while, also you have like a limited amount of power for the day because the company's just that cheap.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, like using the camera drains battery. So
nice.
Yep.
All right. So, but then so you can't just stare at them the whole day. Oh, and there's another reason you can't. But then, if you take your eyes off them, you look back, one of them's going to be missing. Then he's in another room. And it's... Actually, in your office, there's, 2 security doors that are, magnetically powered. It takes a lot of power to put those things on, but...
And keep them down.
Yeah, but, there's a reason you're going to need them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
weird job.
So that's the thing. You watch, they basically play red light, green light through each of the rooms.
The mic is on.
Yeah.
I mean, the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, watch your foot. Yeah, so basically you're playing red light, green light with the the animatronics until they're the room right before your office, and then if you don't see them, you check the light on your door, and you'll see the guy just staring there, about to get you, and then you gotta close the door before he gets you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, then they'll sneak inside the office, and then pretty much just at random they jump up, get right in your face with ear-piercing scream. It will make you jump.
They're somewhat like the Weeping Angels from Doctor Who.
Yep.
Never watched Doctor Who.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, it's red light, green light. You don't look, you look, they're closer.
Then like that. Because that's the thing. I mean, I guess
I haven't watched fucking Doctor Who, but that's one of the things I took away from being on the internet.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, so I mean, after a while, apparently, some people they'll just get used to it. It doesn't scare them anymore.
That totally sounds like it should be a movie, and I like no storyline better. I would prefer no lore. Just you just open the newspaper. This crappy job is there. Just night watch at cheap company.
That's the thing. The first game you can just straight up play it like that. It's just that. It's as simple as I like being alive. These animatronics disagree.
Why do I keep coming to this job every day? I don't know.
Why do I do this for $105 a week?
Well,
it's like I clock out in the morning. I could just stay home.
That is a plot hole that is never answered.
These guys are just really brave or really stupid.
No, actually, I think, both. I think at one point in the second game, you actually get a phone from the guy that said, "Hello? Well, if you're still here, you've made some very questionable career choices."
No, that's the trailer for either 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think it was for 2.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, they make fun of it. That's.
I just had a long day battling puppets all night, trying to put me in a meat grinder suit. No, I'm not having this.
Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, and then they explain the meat grinder suits in 3, which I fucking love. That's why I like the lore. 1 is that could have been a one-off, but adding 2 and 3 and leaving it at 2 and 3, that's kind of perfect for me because it tells a story about the missing children, who killed and took the missing children, the meat grinder suits. It's really good because it's they had animatronic suits that you can wind up all of the animatronics and wear them as normal suits, but if you so much breathe on the crank that keeps the animatronics back, it'll fucking crush you in it and kill the shit out of
you. Yep.
Well, basically, let's say
a lot of people got trapped in these suits and died. I'm guessing.
Probably yes, but there's one guy who managed to persist and survive.
Survive is a strong word, but
yeah. Close enough.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, are we just gonna go through the whole storyline here?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Wait. Let's let Bob finish because this is about him and his problem with the.
Yeah, I guess my problem mostly is just with the community and how it's become such a cult. Well, not really even cult. More just a. it's reached at this point
saturation.
Oversaturation.
Saturation.
Yes, Wesker. It's reached the same point of like Game of War or fucking Clash of Clans, Candy Crush. It's become one of those like, hey, cheap games that just people like people don't play video games. Just like this is probably the best horror video game.
I think you're gonna have to speak up
ever.
Well, no, all right. I get what you mean with that. How it's because it's so cheap and there's so there's so little actual meat inside of it.
The fact that the 2 games were released within a year. That's like his main like.
Well, that's like my main problem.
Yeah, that is.
I probably like Five Nights at Freddy's more than Bob does, but even I'm saying like, if you're releasing it that fast, that's just a quick cash in.
Mostly because like I just look at Five Nights at Freddy's and I'm like, this could be a segment in a horror game. Like you end up in a fucking rundown Chuck E. Cheese's, and they're like, I don't know, your character could either be going nuts because psychologically seeing these puppets running at him, kind of like in Condemned. Because in Condemned, like, you would see shit that wasn't actually there.
Except for the bear, that was actually there.
That was actually there.
That was
I'm speaking more of Condemned 2.
You thought that was a hallucination.
I'm speaking more of Condemned 2.
Oh, yeah, Condemned 2.
Yeah, with the fucking, like, tar monsters that were like...
He was bugging.
He was bugging out. But, like... That's what I mean. Like, I feel like that would be a compelling.
Man just grabs you and throws up.
Like that'd be a really compelling segment in a good horror game. And you know what? Five Nights at Freddy's makes a good book or movie or series, like a TV series.
I wouldn't do series. I would definitely go for
and I'd be like I'd
Netflix
say
movie directed by Magnet Studios.
It would be like one movie per game, and they'd be like really short movies.
Yeah. That said, the Daredevil Netflix series looks really good. So I mean, I'm not gonna get into that.
So Bob, would you say pretty much your main problem? Would you say the biggest problem is, like I said before, that there's just not enough meat on it, or that it's just become so accessible that all the fucking casual scrubs who play like Candy Crush?
Kind of everything about it. It's like if I'm objective and I look at the game, it's like it doesn't really appeal to my sensibilities because it's too simple. Like I'd rather play a different horror game.
But the thing about the horror,
but that's just a personal thing.
Well, then would you say it's kind of like the first one that there's just not enough actual content in the game to warrant?
I appreciate like the effort that they put into the lore and the aesthetics. I appreciate all that, but it's just I just can't get into it.
No, I'm saying like I might agree with you on that point that when it comes down to it, there really just isn't that much content.
There's not much to it.
Like the actual,
there's not much to it, but it doesn't cost much either.
Yeah,
I like this approach to horror because instead of like having you run around a mansion, i.e., like Resident Evil, like. You are stuck in one place. You don't move. You monitor a place, and you keep these things from coming to you.
Yeah, I think someone once called it like a reverse horror game. You don't go to the scary thing; it comes to you.
I can at least appreciate that approach, but I feel like I don't know. Like I feel the same way I do about those horror games where it's like you can walk around but not do anything, like Amnesia or like Slender Man.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
I feel like it has that same type of demographic appeal.
But at this point, it feels like you don't like horror games. You just straight up don't like horror games. Because what you like,
I like survival horror.
You like survival horror.
Yeah,
these are horror.
I think it's an important. I think that's an important distinction that must be drawn.
Yeah.
Because and that's another thing is that the gaming not community, but maybe like gaming in general mislabels every game as survival horror or just throws they use them almost interchangeably, the titles, when really, like you just said, they're not at all. Because like you said, Five Nights at Freddy's sounds like a perfect example of traditional horror game a la Fatal Frame or Slender Man.
Well, Fatal Frame you can still fight back because you got the camera.
Okay, so yeah, that's
that's still technically survival horror.
Then technically you can fight back by slamming the door on these things.
But no, that's keeping them at bay. That's not fighting them.
Well, yeah. There is no way to defeat the animatronics.
Yeah,
or even repel them in any way.
There was something like with speaking of like definitions of survival horror, there was something that really pissed me off with Jimquisition on that video that he did just recently with Bloodborne, as he somehow considered that survival horror how he somehow considered that survival horror in a sense. I should probably just repeat myself here for the audience. Yeah, with Jim Quisition in his latest video where he considered Bloodborne survival horror. Despite the fact that the creatures look horrifying, I would not consider a Souls game anywhere near.
I don't consider pancakes dessert, even though they're sweet.
I mean, they're scary things in
Let's
Monster
look
Hunter.
at this.
Like, some of the Pokemon are really scary when you think about it.
Yeah, but it's more action-oriented than you actually...
Do you think...
Calling Bloodborne survival horror is not even... That's a stretch. And
like, that's a... You have to sit down and ask him, does he think Nightmare Creatures is survival horror?
I think, like, throughout the entire video, it just seemed that way. Like, the nightmarish creatures that still happen to just be
No,
there.
I mean the game Nightmare Creatures.
Before his time.
Does he think that's nightmare horror? I mean, does he think that's survival horror?
Well, I don't know. I don't think we can really ask him.
Maybe the old definition of, because then, like, that was, like, along the vein of Resident Evil 2.
But even Resident Evil 2 has, like, limited ammo. I guess in Nightmare Creatures they were trying to simulate the limited ammo with, like, you have to keep attacking or else you'll die.
Stick.
I do feel like Bloodborne and in some regards Demons and Dark Souls have survival horror elements in them. They're not easy. You know, you gotta kind of like conserve your stuff because your weapons.
Well, Five Nights, survival horror is, can you defend yourself against the thing that's attacking you?
Yeah, against the
can
horror.
you kill it?
Can you
repel it?
Yeah.
Or
no, can you kill it or stop it in some way?
Kill it.
Well, like,
because there's plenty of times where you have an adversary you can't kill.
Yeah, but at least you can hurt it enough to fuck it off in a direction.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like,
can you repel it with physical force or in a way that makes it go, I'll come back later?
Yeah, in Five Nights at Freddy's, there isn't a way to...
Five Nights at Freddy's, you shut a door on it, and then it's like, alright, I'll get you, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that's not
they bang on the door for a while, and then they walk away, and then, they'll try to, sneak up on you again.
Through the other door?
Like,
possibly.
Actually, now that I've put down that definition, 1 might be, like, kind of survival horror. 2 and 3, no, though.
If there's a movie of it, there definitely has to be like a crusty, crotchety, like either former night guardman or the guy explaining it. Has to be, okay, here's the thing. You only got 3 hours of power each night.
Well,
you run the doors.
They do have that.
It's the guy that calls, like, but he's not old and crusty.
Yeah, he's not old and crusty, but there is, like,
hello!
yeah, you get a call from one of the other more experienced security guards.
Who used to work in your position? And he tells you how everything works.
Actually, it's you guys always have spoilers on your show. Pretty much, like, the first call he just tells you, but he's like really cryptic about it. Oh yeah, by the way, like, make sure to keep an eye on the animatronics. Like, sometimes they're not always doing what they're supposed to do.
And then night 2, they tell you about Foxy. Keep your eye on Pirate Cove. He doesn't like to be watched, so he'll stay in his place if you watch him or not.
Okay, there's one animatronic that, like, he just, like, slowly, like, starts peeking his head out of the curtain, and when he's all the way out, he sprints towards you. But that's he's a separate camera from the others.
If you don't have that door closed already and you look in, like, the hallway that he goes down, you see him running down the hallway, and then once you come out the fucking thing, he's already killed you. But once you come out the iPad that you're looking at,
like, you have
he's
that
already like, hey buddy, looking and ready to kill you.
Yeah, so, like, the first day he's like, something's a little suspicious. Maybe you should, like, use the security doors. The animatronics have been acting a little weird lately. Second day he's like, by the way, also keep an eye on Foxy, but don't watch him for too long because
things might sneak up on you. But look at him every now and again so that he doesn't come out.
Jobs when I hear cryptic.
And then he's like, later in the week they start to get more active, so you might want to.
And the fourth call is like, so this is pretty much gonna be my last day here, and
then the fifth call is.
I was getting that. The fourth call is that it's gonna be my last day here, but then you hear, like, the when you run out of power theme start playing.
Oh yeah, 4 you hear things knocking at his door.
Like on the fourth.
You hear the sound it makes when you run out of power. So, like, you hear the game over sign for him. It's like, oh no, and then you hear an animatronic scream. Yeah, and then the 5th day you just hear.
So wait, he was also at work too?
Yes.
But apparently, if you, like, slow it down, it's actually just an actual paragraph being said. It's just
that's the 5th night.
Yeah, it was on the 5th night. It was like blah 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 blah. The joy of creation. It's like, wow, that's not going to affect me whatsoever.
well, whatever it actually is, we don't need to get too into that, but. Yeah,
that actually has nothing to do with the story.
No, it really doesn't. But
it's just something that he put in there for added sound effects.
I think it was just a red herring.
Yeah.
But
if only though, because that's like a really creepy, cool like saying that you can just have as a tagline: the joy of creation.
It's like, you mean by joy of creation? You mean you're gonna stuff me?
Nightmarish people stuck in animatronics.
Like the creation of life out of these shitty.
But yeah, what you were saying, if you want, the old guy just like he's giving you advice each day, and then the second to last day, the animatronics get him, and then the last day you get a phone call, but you just hear like satanic mumbling.
The animatronic screaming into the fucking phone.
So the last day, no more advice, just you're fucked.
And then you get your $105 a week.
More or less.
You get your 105 and a check.
And then you can do custom night where you can set everything to 20 difficulty, and if you beat that, you get fired. For tampering with the
That's great.
I used to have this horrible job where every day animatronic
like
puppets tried to gruesomely murder me, but I got fired.
It says laid off for bad odor and tampering with the animatronics.
Assuming, like, literally giving you assumptions like, yeah, you shit yourself.
No, you were just this weirdo.
Yeah.
Just this weird, stinky guy.
Well, considering what you went through for the past 5 nights.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like, getting fired is basically a happy ending.
Yeah, it reminds, like I said, it totally reminds me of this horror movie I once saw. I think it's like They Rise or something, where this guy, he's the night watchman in a graveyard, where on the night of the full moon, it's 4 nights a month, on the night of the full moon, all the dead get up and just rise and run amok, and he, for some reason, just doesn't tell anyone about this. He doesn't make a big deal about it.
All they do is having a fucking party.
He makes sure they don't leave the graveyard and hurt people and stuff. He just kills them and puts them back in their graves and
why doesn't he like call the Ghostbusters?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like this doesn't ever dawn on him that this is out of his job description. Like that this is just another day. No, he does it with a shovel and a shotgun.
Oh,
and it's like just another day as the night watchman, and he like
why is that not a game?
Seriously, and throughout the movie, like he talks about how he likes the job. It's like it's a pretty easy job most of the day.
Except for when the dead rise.
Yeah, except for on full moons. Like most of he's a regular night watchman at a regular cemetery. He's like I like the job. It's easy. Sometimes it gets boring. Sometimes it gets sleepy. Until the full moon, when the dead rise. It's like, and then I have to beat them back into the graves with a shovel and blow their heads off.
Yeah,
put that in an interview and be like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, they're like, and he just has his little shack, like his little cottage in the middle of the cemetery.
He's really, really strong dead until they get out of their graves.
And like he just comes here every night to be the night watchman and leaves in the morning and then goes home. Or maybe he lives in the cottage.
Untouched looking.
But yeah, like he just deals with this. And it's his job, and just every full moon comes around, the night he's put they show you whenever the full moon starts, he has his little routine. He gets dressed in his little night watchman outfit.
Yeah,
gets his shovel ready, gets his shotgun. He puts this song on the fucking thing, and he's just sitting and just. You start hearing all the banging and rising and graves, and he just
time to earn my keep.
Yeah, but the whole movie is about the premise. Like one night, some girl wanders in.
Yeah, when she's not supposed to.
Yeah, and he's like, "Whoa, you can't be here tonight of all nights." No, normally I'd love a beautiful woman breaking in at night during my shift because I'm bored and horny. But no, tonight, no, you can't be here. And she's like, "I don't know why I can't be here. You're so cute. I think I'll stay." No, you can't stay. Like bad shit's about to happen. Fuck. Now, it's happening now. Yeah. Oh my God!
So,
what's happening now?
I guess you could say
you should protect me.
I guess you could say I don't really necessarily hate the game. I just
what you hate is the fandom and the rabid
bandwagon.
Just the rabbit circle jerk around.
Yeah,
it is a giant circle jerk. Like it's like, calm down. It's not the best horror fiction in the world.
There's 2 fandoms that I compare this to. That's the SCP fandom, and then there's the Souls fandom, where they dig for lore.
They dig for things that honestly, you would have.
Oh, you could kind of say that about the SCP fandom too.
That's what I just said.
At this point, I compare them to My Little Pony.
They dig for lore, yeah.
Well, My Little Pony, they literally dig for lore. They're like, this is more than a children's cartoon. But the SCP and the Dark Souls,
This is stuff.
The Dark Souls lore specifically because like the makers are like, you put this in here, it's gonna lay this here. You can figure it out yourself. And then they just wander off. But and the SCP, because they have a website full of like all of the SCPs and everything, is like, here, horror, all for you.
SCP, what are they?
Yeah,
there's one where you walk an endless flight of stairs. I forgot what the name of it is. And then there's SCP Containment Breach, where it's like a government
facility.
A government facility full of all types of spooky shit that they try to keep contained, and then one of them gets out, and then a bunch of them get out, and you're just a guy who they tested on, and you're trying to escape yourself.
Kind of like Cabin in the Woods.
Like initially, you were supposed to like deal with one of them, but then a breach happens, and then now all of them you have to deal with.
Another kind of job like I would not take.
No, this isn't a job. You're a prisoner.
Oh,
you're a prisoner who's an experiment in a colossal clusterfuck.
You're basically like a death row inmate that they just kind of like.
It's always
they're like, oh, you can just send it to us. We'll just shoot you some money, and then like you're just in the SCP thing, and then they sit you in front of this SCP, and it's like, you might not want to blink. We're gonna open the gate, and then all the power shuts off. And a bunch of them get loose, including the one that you were sat in front of. It kills a bunch of like guards, and now you're like,
oh shit! Granted, like the whole blinking thing, that's not their fault because the lights went out, so they couldn't.
No, the power went out.
Yeah, the power went out.
My question is how come gates with monsters behind them are always on power circuits that are like set to open when there's no power through them by default?
Yeah,
you'd think that most monster-containing doors would set to close if the power goes out.
Of course, this is set in a B-movie universe, yes, but like it's set in that type of terrible, shitty universe nonetheless.
I'm glad the real world doesn't always like work like that because power failure, beep, 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 beep.
All gates open,
all doors unlocked. Like what? Why? What?
You know what? Just for saving
like
costs,
we'd rather not let all the prisoners rot to death.
Yeah, it's like
of letting
well, here I am at my night job at Mount Darkness, home for the criminally, murderously, ass-rapingly, skin-peelingly insane. During the night with the big storm. During the night with the big inmate transfer. I hope some lightning bolt doesn't hit the Transformers.
Oh no! A lightning bolt hit the
Transformer.
Well, guess I gotta put the safety protocols and open up every fucking door.
No,
I like this guy. He said protocols. Yeah. There's always some protocols. Then it's gonna be like, Casey, let's split up with our flashlights. Go turn on the backup generator.
We can find more prisoners.
Casey, you grab and Bob, you go down and turn on the emergency lights so everything's cast in a crimson glow of creepiness with long
Bob,
shadows.
The master of unlocking.
Leon, you go down and turn off that annoying alarm klaxon so that it can be eerily silent in here.
So, I guess what was the
Casey, lose the key to the armory. All right, let's get started.
Well, of course, that is according to protocol.
All according to protocol.
My intent was to figure out whether you actually hated the games or whether you actually hated the fandom.
Well, speaking of the fandom, there was another reason I compared them to My Little Pony.
Go on.
Oh, you guys don't already know? Do I need to elaborate?
Yes.
Oh. Might as well.
Creepy fan art.
No, just type Five Nights at Freddy on Google Images with safe search off.
Oh, yeah, that. Chica was the first one to go.
Yeah, no, you would think these are like,
But
like,
that's Rule 34, though.
Yeah,
that is Rule 34.
No, but like worse than Uncanny Valley. Like these are animatronics designed to scare the shit out of you, and people are like,
I'd fuck it.
I'll fuck it.
No.
Yeah, I know. There's Rule 34 to everything,
my
but
dick geared off. Yeah, that's okay.
But what if it had a human vagina?
Okay, all right.
It's like, first of all, why did you build that in?
Okay, like I said, we don't need the details.
Android 17. No! Those are cyborgs, actually.
What?
Those are cyborgs. Android 16 and 17.
I didn't know 4-year-olds could get horny.
Okay, anyway.
No, actually, because androids is a mistranslation.
Oh.
Shinzo Ningen means cyborg.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, also, I mean, that's fucked up on another level because technically they're children. But anyway.
So what about the teen? She not a cyborg?
She's a cyborg, yes.
Oh.
But she's a cyborg. She has human parts.
Oh, okay. How much is human?
She had a baby.
Guys. All right.
I'm sorry, Bob.
Go on.
Well, yeah. So yeah. You guys got the point.
Don't look up fucking Five Nights at Freddy's.
They are now, you shit.
I mean, hey, that's your prerogative if you actually want to find that.
Yeah, word.
Look to your heart's content if you really want to see Chica naked.
So
Toy Chica naked. But like, if you don't.
And that's a moral.
Well, what I was saying is, maybe it might be just because of how popular it is, but yeah, I know there's Rule 34 of literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like, I think also because these ones are like somewhat anthropomorphic, they kind of went nuts with it in the same way as like
the Sonic community.
Yeah, like My Little Pony or Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, I'm not saying
Sonic community being the OG.
Oh yeah, like,
Nah, My Little Pony, like, they're so perverted. They've got into like niche My Little Pony, like fetishistic My Little Pony.
Okay, all right,
It's like,
but
we could
they've
get
gotten
into
into
that with Sonic, but let's
subcategories.
not.
okay,
Anatomically correct, where the fucking boobs are near where
okay,
the...
all right, guys. Come on.
Okay, let's keep going. Stay on track.
Let's stay each as possibly as we can.
Guys, I'm keeping this like almost PG-13 here. Anyway, yeah. Regardless of the very, very specific details that I'm sure they're going to talk about later. Like, I'm not saying like My Little Pony is just all that
I
kind
gotta
of stuff.
step away.
Colonel.
All right. Anyway, yeah. No, like obviously, don't judge any franchise by its Rule 34, but it really has become a lot more prolific for the series than most.
Right.
Comparable to My Little Pony and Sonic the Hedgehog.
No.
Like, I mean, My Little Pony, it's still apparently it's a pretty good show. I'm not really a huge fan, but it's a good show and all.
From what I've seen, it's pretty good. I don't go out of my way to watch episodes, but whatever I can catch is alright.
Yeah.
Now I think we could. Now,
But like, there is still no denying how
what was I gonna say?
unfortunately prevalent that aspect of it has become.
You done?
Oh God.
Yeah. Alright,
Is that
so
a chair or is that some kind of not a chair?
that's pillows on train set
don't
pieces
mess
for
with
some
that.
reason.
Don't mess with it.
Don't
Don't
mess
sit
with
on that,
it.
please.
So, I was, I guess what else, what other, things on contrarians and vapid fan bases can we talk about?
Well, actually,
the fact that you hate or thought you hate Five Nights at Freddy's is really like the thing. You have to like once you see something that's blowing up, just don't keep your ears to the ground anymore about it. Watch what you want to watch about it and stay away, because that shit'll make you hella jaded.
No, and I know that, and I do look at the game for what it is. It's just I don't really. It doesn't do it for me.
It doesn't do it for you.
Well,
you don't really find horror and animatronics stalking you. Whatever. You're not afraid of it. That's why it's a niche.
I don't think
thing.
that's what he's talking about, though. Is that's the thing. I actually think I might agree with you on some aspects of this. Well, I was saying before, do you hate it? Well, or is the thing you don't like about it the fact that it's so accessible to like every shovelware scrub, or the fact that it just doesn't have that much content for an actual game?
Like I
A
can't
little
really
close.
knock it for the content because it's cheap as hell. But in
And
terms
it's one
of
person making it.
yeah,
And he's not like $60 for this.
yeah, I guess in terms of just the fact that I don't know, just it's not like the fan base is something that I can like judge on a separate thing because I usually I tend to look at things objectively. I like Gurren Lagann. It's overrated as hell, yes, but I think it's great.
Speaking of Gurren Lagann, watch the 2 movies. I'd rather watch the series and then the last movie because it's really condensed.
Yeah,
It's really boiled down. Like, the separate like sagas of them going from town to town collecting everyone is basically a montage.
yeah, exactly.
But what I would suggest with Gurren Lagann is watch the series and then watch the last movie.
Yeah, but
Because that last fight,
yeah, it's even better. It's even better. But
Well, we'll get
Yeah.
we'll get around to that one day. But
Yeah.
I guess my point being is that as a video game, I just don't get it. It's like, I mean, I actually do think that's a creepy idea, the whole animatronics thing. But I feel like just as a horror game, the novelty is short-lived.
That's because you watched a bunch of videos about it. This is one of those games that you have to step in fresh. You're not supposed to watch anything about it. You don't watch any Let's Plays. You hear a game, you hear the concept, you hear what it's about, and then you just download it and you play it.
Like you'll see maybe half or 50% of all.
No, you look at screenshots at best.
No, honestly, I don't know. I'm actually.
But this isn't this. Unfortunately, came out in the wrong era.
Yeah, I'm saying I think I'm actually going to go with Bob on this one though. You shouldn't just download and see what it's like. I mean, as a consumer, that's not fair. Just buy it and then see if it's good.
Well, yeah,
but it's really cheap
so
though.
Cheap now. It's like the whole problem with the whole I can
afford it.
And the whole because I totally agree with what you're saying too. Is the game industry is very unfair to the consumer. Period. Like slapping these hefty ass $60 price tags on these games, and some of them are true shit, but
proper shit.
But it's like with Five Nights at Freddy's, the price is so low that it's almost like whatever they gave you would be worth the price tag of just trying it sight unseen.
No, I get what you mean by that. It's not like they're asking $60 for this, but that shouldn't be a free pass.
It's not a free pass, but it's not saying that it's a good game. You should get it off rip. Isn't an excuse.
Well, nowadays. Again, paying how much is it? $10, $9?
But this is one of those games that started off word of mouth anyway.
Yeah.
So it would be a game that a friend of yours got, and he'd be like, "Dude, this shit is the creepiest thing I ever played. Just get it." And then you get it and you play it, and then if you have the same
well, that is pretty much how it was going to spread, I guess, until Let's Players got a hold of it and then it exploded.
Yeah. Well, internet is the new word of mouth, and the new word of mouth is mass media. So anyway, he would be like, dude, just do it. And then either you aren't creeped out by animatronics or you are. If you are, this shit's a knock out of the park. But if it isn't, you wasted your money for nothing. But it was you mowed the lawn once and then you bought it and then you played it and then you didn't like it.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
It's nowadays with so many even big budget titles being just fundamentally broken. It's good to pay a reasonable price and get what you paid for.
You guys should swap places because your voice is louder than
one person's talking more than the other, really.
Yeah, I guess.
Fine over here.
I guess I mean, I don't like the game.
You were clear over there and you were picking up fine. So
I'm back again.
Wacky, you're not a problem.
Yes. If you haven't heard off in the distance, Wacky's back.
Yeah, word. So. Overall, just I don't know, and also the game the fact that the game looks like a screensaver to me kind of bothers me.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
That's a personal thing.
I would not have that as screensaver. I'd be shitting myself if
you'd have to be some sort of fuck to have that as your screensaver.
It's all right, let me just open
up my
windows. Shit!
The overall present.
Oh, fuck! I just want to fucking write up my resume.
Damn you!
Yes, right on my resume. That's what I do on computers.
Damn you, Microsoft Word!
I'm going with the most basic thing.
That'd be the worst.
Yeah, that's just a petty little pet peeve of mine. You could ignore that.
Hey, maybe it makes it's easier for you to masturbate with a Fiat boner. I don't know.
So, I don't know, I don't care for the game, and that's just what it comes down to.
I'm not saying you're wrong for that. We're just trying to figure out,
if you don't care for the game, fine, but, the hatred that you exude, I need to get down to that.
Because I wasn't really, number one is Facebook. How can you read emotions when you're looking at Facebook?
Well, in that case, I think that...
You said it wasn't a game.
Well, did you see what my friend Joe put down?
I tried to read the entire thing, and that was a bunch of bullshit that ended up going into Dark Souls.
Somehow. Bloodborne.
Oh
no, that was my thing.
I couldn't read the entire thing. I only read up to when we were talking about...
So is Bloodborne just Dark Souls with dodge, or what?
We'll
stick with this, and then we'll get to that
later. Well, as far as that whole thing, it did sound like there was some anger behind that, but I can kind of understand that. That kind of sounded like it was just hype backlash. Everyone's talking about, holy shit, you gotta play this game. It's so deep. It's, the biggest game ever. And Bob played and was it's...
Or Bob watched the Let's Play of it and was
I've watched like I said, I tried the first one. And I haven't tried the other two.
Did you try it without any...
Yeah. When it was Also, I was there for when they were playing it at Legendary. I was in the room. This was before the game even reached any kind of hype.
Even that is too much exposure for that type of game. For me.
Well, that's the thing.
I was
like, if you have a deep phobia of animatronics, sure, maybe that type of exposure
it
is
made me
enough
jump.
to like make you jump. But like, if you're just a casual, this is kind of creepy sort of guy, having it like that's like two things. That's why I didn't like when they were playing. What was the other game that's like
Slender?
No, it's not a horror game, but it's like in the same obtuse nature.
The Stanley Parables.
That's why I didn't like when they were playing.
Horror, though.
That's why I'm talking about obtuse.
But like, it's not a game you should like play with a bunch of people watching.
That's why I didn't like when they were playing the Stanley Parable at Legendary, and that's why I didn't like when they were playing fucking Five Nights at Legendary.
Well, I think
it's not a game that you should play with an audience. It's a game that you should play with yourself in a dark room.
It's a single player that's really meant to be single player.
I don't know, I think Five Nights at Freddy's could be a game you play with an audience, but I think that's kind of for the reason Bob doesn't like it, because then it is just like an almost expendable thrill.
No, that's a game that
once you drop cloths and dust sheets over it.
Yeah, that's a game that once you're done being afraid of, you bring to an audience, and then you're like, "Yeah, I'm about to watch all these motherfuckers jump."
Then
but
I agree.
Like you do
or
not
you watch someone else play it in a basement with drop cloths over everything.
That
move
too.
The things closer.
Yes, that's something that you either fuck with a friend with, or you bring to an audience in a dark room and be like, "Yeah, I'm about to watch all these motherfuckers jump."
Well, that's
but only the one time.
Well, that's the thing. I actually haven't even played the game. I've just watched other people let's plays, whatever. But I still think it looks pretty good. I don't have a deep-seated phobia of animatronics. It's scary.
It is a scary concept.
Yeah. It looks like it pretty much accomplishes the job it needs to do. Mm-hmm. I guess the only thing I would say was, there really isn't that much actual content. You finish the 5 nights, and then that's pretty much it.
You finish the 5 night, and then you do if you're really brave, you do the 20-20-20 mode, and then
if anything, honestly,
you do the custom night, set them all on 20 aggression, and then try to beat that.
If anything, at that point, it actually becomes less scary.
That's less scary and more strategy game.
Not less scary and more tense. Like literally, you have to be quick.
Yeah, less scary and more a tense strategy game. Like, I'm not gonna let these motherfuckers get me.
Yeah,
click, 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 click.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say more. I wouldn't even say more tense.
Tense. Well, you can have tensity in a strategy game.
Yeah,
that's what he means.
All right, whatever.
Well, sorry. Maybe me saying it wasn't a video game was wrong, but okay.
Well, now that obviously you're angry when you said that, but I can get why you were, because it is. I guess another one of the big things. It is so.
Oversaturated.
It is a pretty good game, but it is so
and I guess,
overhyped.
Yeah, as much as I try to keep just an objective mind towards things, it's kind of hard sometimes with fan bases as vapid as this one. Like, Jesus. Mm-hmm. And I thought, like, My Little Pony's fan base was intense. I thought, like, Clash of Clans had an intense fan base.
Wait, it does?
Wait, yeah.
Somehow!
How is that possible?
There's a guy that I don't know why I hadn't subscribed to him, but my brother used my YouTube account and subscribed to a channel called Wow Hobbs. And, I mean, he's probably a decent guy, I don't know. But, like, I don't know why, but for some reason I kept subscribed to him for years. I just was like, whatever, he doesn't upload videos all that often. And then Clash of Clans started. He started uploading shit about Clash of Clans. And then, like, I'm seeing, and I'm like, is this actually a thing? So I look it up, and there are, like, way more channels dedicated to Clash of Clans than I initially thought.
What is Clash of Clans?
It's a premium game.
And now on top of that, there's a Gundam version of it, too.
A freemium strategy.
That pissed me off, by the way.
No, it's not.
Strategy, and by the way, listeners, I'm air quoting, strategy game, where basically it's all about, hey, you just
kind of more of a tower defense of anything.
Kinda, yeah, but they try to make it like, hey, you have units.
It's like
you can
tower
build bases.
It's
basically
like an RTS light.
Yeah, it's an It's in
baby's first RTS.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you have no direct control over your units.
But you sort of can build bases and different types of units that are sort of good at different stuff.
So it's not StarCraft, it's Star put together with duct tape.
Well, whatever.
Well,
I mean, like, not even.
It's like trying to control someone else playing StarCraft.
Command and move them around a little bit.
But
not even really.
And hope that your player is MLG.
I don't think we really need to go into too much detail. Like, the commercials are pretty hilarious, but then at the end of them, when they show you the actual gameplay, that's all you need to see. It's a freemium strategy game. Like, what do you expect?
And it's like, if you want to get any kind of anywhere in that game, you need to fork
put some money into it.
Yeah, just like any.
That's why Gundam Diorama Front fixed that. It's basically Clash of Clans with Gundam, without the freemium part.
But that's why
But then I'd rather just play a better Gundam game.
Word. and
I'd rather just play the fucking Command and Conquer thing with the Gundam skins that you have.
Oh, Xenoforce?
Yeah. Or like Homeworld.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. So, I'm just saying, like...
Drop a colony on him, fuck it.
When it comes
Obama said so.
That did happen.
and that's why...
Obama dropped a colony?
That did happen.
I want to bring this up because it has to do with these, like... Okay.
I watch your videos.
Yes. I want to bring this up because, yes, it has to do with what we're talking about right now with freemium stuff. Like, and, fan bases building and people making bank off of having Twitch channels and fucking videos based off of this free-to-play bullshit. The games aren't free-to-play. The president of Nintendo, Iwata, he actually put it best. He said they're not free-to-play, they're free to try.
Pretty much.
They're free to try because you can play the game to a certain point, and then it gets too hard to the point where it's like you need to... And not too hard in terms of, if you're good enough, you can get past this. No, statistically, numbers, it gets actually way out of your grasp.
Versus
it
what
becomes
kind of
physically impossible.
Yeah.
It's like if you were playing an RPG, like, sometimes at the beginning, it's pretty easy, but then you hit the level difficulty spike. And considering in that RPG, you would think, okay... If I'm good enough,
if I grind a little bit,
if I grind a little bit, and if I understand the materials enough, I'll get by. But the game said, but with freemium, it's like, no, you literally cannot do this. Unless you
will just keep scaling the enemies higher and higher and higher until it doesn't matter what you do.
This is why
you will just fucking lose.
This is why, like, as soon as somebody told me, well, the monsters don't look good or the hitboxes don't act as good as Portable Third, they told me about Freedom Unite. Frontier. Fucking Monster Hunter Frontier. I was like, fuck that game. I'm glad we don't have it.
I kind of just want to play online.
But apparently, like, I was looking at some trailers and the hitboxes are kind of fixed in Frontier, but it's still like all the monsters still look like not as good as Third.
Nothing in that game looks as good. It looks like it's a high-def PSP game still.
Yeah. It doesn't look as third gen.
Yikes.
As good as third gen. No, it's been out.
Frontier. It's been out for years.
It's, the Monster
Hunter Frontier, the online, constantly going Monster Hunter.
And it's like that game, people try to defend that game. It's like, it's like,
they're just saying that because they want their fucking anime costumes.
Basically.
You have more attacks for your weapons. I'm like, attacks that don't even really look like they flow well, to be honest with you. And it's like, but the Tonfa weapons, though. Okay, it's basically just a jankier insect glaive.
The Tonfa looks like
it looks like shit.
The Tonfa looks like some janky Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, floaty nonsense where you can just stand in the air and constantly do punches and shit. It looks so fucking wacky.
It looks
like it looks. I want them, but not in a game that I have to pay $40 for each expansion pack.
I don't want it for that game. I feel like it'd be cool if they brought them into like the newer games. That way, we actually have good animation, but you can still do the air combo bullshit.
I was watching it. I was like, "This is good for Guns the Duel 1 level animation style."
It's that bad.
It's that bad.
Oh, it's
like
so
you
sad.
literally jump and then you're just floating These punches with your tonfa, and I'm like, this looks really good for something that's Guns the Duel 1 level
It's
style.
like everything about that game is just bootleg 3rd gen and onward. Because there are even monsters that are just like Gen 3 monsters, but they look worse. There's a flat out Devil Joe clone. There's a flat out, like, legit Chris clone. Like,
I saw that Devil Joe clone. It's amazing.
It's amazingly
It's a spiky
terrible.
Devil Joe that shoots spines out of his tail when he does tail whips.
Yeah. Okay, so you just
another Devil Joe?
you
No, that already happened.
it has
in a
the
bad
same
game.
it has the same
The exact same animations.
Yeah.
Only second gen.
Frontier.
Frontier has that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this would happen when Wacky walks in like halfway through the conversation.
Yeah, really. Well, then again, and I'm not as familiar with Frontier as I really should be. Except
You
for-
really
No, you
actually shouldn't be.
Why?
No, that's what
It's
we were
not
just talking about.
good.
The only thing good about Frontier is their fucking April Fool's hunts.
Why? What's wrong with What's wrong with Frontier? Like, legitimately, it seems
It's-
fine to me.
Then I guess
It's
then
all-
viewers were repeating ourselves.
Yeah, the animations and the monster
and the hitboxes even if
Well,
they were kind of fixed.
I feel like they fixed the
Basi-
hitboxes a little bit,
basically
but
there's-
like the animations, the models are all second gen.
Okay, I'll agree with that. Based on what I saw.
So they're kind of like reusing designs that they made for 3rd gen monsters, but they basically are just like Chinese bootleg versions of them.
Only not actually.
Well, no, it actually is a Chinese game, so
No, that's Monster Hunter Online. Monster Hunter Frontier is Capcom Japan.
Yeah.
then they just fucking
And it's
suck.
ironic because the Chinese Monster Hunter game's not ripping anything off. It made its own. It made that really cool beaver monster that has a new moveset.
Yeah.
And that new star dragon that has fucking butterfly fin funnels.
Yep.
now I'm
Yeah,
really
no, we're not
curious.
shitting like.
Okay, anyway. Well, okay then. Alright, so.
A dragon blessed by the stars.
How can you?
can't go wrong with that.
Alright, no,
so bad.
funnel bugs.
never mind, I got the two mixed up. So yeah, they basically just reuse 3rd gen monsters, but they're just shitty bootleg
They
versions
scaled
of
them back to second gen like models
Interesting.
and made new shittier looking monsters
models.
out of them,
Yeah.
but harder monsters.
But wait,
because
don't
it's
they-
Frontier.
But wait, don't they have an original weapon style like the Tonfa?
They have the Tonfa and they have more moves for all the other
No,
weapons.
I mean, like, say what you said about the Tonfa.
We already.
Boy, the Tonfa, just look at gameplay. I can't get re-hype about this janky bullshit.
I'm about to say, I just saw the Tonfa actually recently. Isn't that like in the latest trailer that they got for? I think it was like.
There's a new fighting style for them, and it still looks terrible. Like in terms of
Wacky,
animation.
you've seen Guns the Duel 1, right?
Yes. How could I?
Does that
forget?
not remind you of Guns the Duel, the model and the way it moves?
You know, now that I think about it, actually, yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, Leon was just kind of ranting and raving about that for a minute before you got here.
Yeah. No, but honestly, now that you do bring up a very good point. That actually does kind of ring a bell with guns. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I want
That's what we
want
were just
them.
saying.
They need to like free DRX. I want DRX in like a 3rd gen game
Yeah.
because I love Tiger X so much and all of his incarnations.
Even if he's just a skin.
Tiger X is a dragon that wants to be a tiger. And he so
bad.
haphazardly just crashes and runs through everything.
A
Yeah.
dragon that wants to be a tiger.
Like the way he moves is, I'm gonna fucking get it so bad.
Especially in the later
He
games.
has high speed, but like low dexterity.
Traction.
Yeah.
Traction.
So like he
Actually,
sprints at you,
like-
and then you like run into walls and shit.
Like, he fucking
He
drifts,
uses
for
his
Christ's
poor
sake.
traction well unless he's tired. Like he will drift and then turn at you and then motherfucker, come! You thought you got away? He'll drift and then just start haphazardly running at you again at top speed. But when he's tired, he'll drift and then fall on his ass.
Nice.
Like he can't keep up with his own traction, so he'll just
Yep.
like lose.
Ah, fuck!
I have a big dog at home. I know how.
Yeah, he's like a big dog running on a linoleum
Yeah.
tile.
That's a
I
good
know
way
it.
to put
Yeah.
So I guess since we're done shitting on my Facebook
Post.
good.
Your
Post.
Facebook post.
Yes.
Trying to wonder whether you actually hate Five Nights or is it just the fandom that kind of jaded you and beat you to
It's
death.
a little bit. It's mostly, I'd say, I'm ashamed to say it. It is the fan base. It is, and I'm really ashamed to say that. Like, because I don't get that way with most things, but this was way too. This was like way too strong. The power level off the charts. Like,
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not blaming you for that. Like, we've all had a moment where, like, they're just overhyping this.
I've been trying really hard not to though lately with things.
Yeah, I know, but
especially with how I see certain other people getting.
There are other people who will post shitty Facebook stuff, and they're like acquaintances to me, and I'm like, you just keep being a teenage girl all you want. I don't. Oh, jeez, I'm thinking of deleting you, but like you are a friend. You are someone. You're basically like my little protege. And I have to make sure you don't become a shitty person.
Okay. I get it now.
Well, since we're being this friendly, Morgan opened today by calling me fat.
We're just going back to that now, huh?
Yeah, that's what hurts. That wasn't recorded.
Yo, it wasn't, but it wasn't our hearts.
That was fucking great.
It wasn't our hearts.
Was that just bouncing around, echoing in your head the entire time?
Yo, fat.
Yeah.
You got a little big, a little big, a little big, a little big.
Just that little demon indication.
Yeah,
like,
you fucking monkey Bob. I took the attention off you.
You're fat.
Yeah, it's like stuff I didn't even say. I
little
just kicked the
demon.
door in. Hey, fat Casey.
Hey, fat, like everyone in the house heard it. Everyone in the neighborhood came in the house and started pointing and
They
laughing.
opened their doors and they got.
Look at the fat kid.
No, you know what I wish? I wish like in a parallel universe when that exact thing happened, I want it to be like Morgan doing that and then Leon's next to him swag cooking. with just like he's so good.
Whatever. I'm still not even the fattest person in the room.
It would be cardboard me swag cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, word.
You're not fat. You just put on a little weight since last time I seen you. You're not fat yet. You haven't crossed the line.
I'm
Insecurity rising.
Yeah, you're just a chubby guy.
And
You're
you've stayed
Bob
consistent.
Weight. You look like you kind of always be like.
I don't know. Have you seen 1920s Bob picture? where I'm a stick?
Dude, he has this fucking picture in his house
From
where
my high
it doesn't
school.
even look like Bob. It looks like one of Bob's ancestors. Like he has the same like suit top with like the sideways like stance and like the look straight onto the camera. Where if you made it black and white and you told me it's for the 20s, I would believe you.
So why don't we do that and actually like start showing to people, saying like, look, I found.
I want to scan it and just have him like way back in the 1900s. Robert Hayes.
Robert Hayes, the farm. Robert Hayes. On the lemonade plantation.
Lemonade plantation and steak oil salesman was
June 1927. Robert Hayes is on his way to the Grand Convention. Like,
like one of those. I wanted
You know
that.
them janky silent movies.
I wanted that to be the intro for the fucking the shit ass Nito plays. I wanted that to be
Robert
the
Hayes,
intro.
industrialist, philanthropist, gentleman.
Yeah, I wanted that to be the intro, but DJ took that away from me.
Yeah.
It's still really good, and he managed to find a hand-drawn like picture of Soma Cruz that looks like Anime Bob. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Huh?
This character from the Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, Soma Cruz, and he managed to find
He managed to find someone who drew him that looked like Anime Bob.
yeah, if I had like white hair and like a old fur coat.
All right. Well, I know what we're doing after this recording.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like,
That's
what,
gonna be a thing.
DJ? How did, what? You're amazing.
You know what? I think we should show him now.
Later.
Yeah,
Later.
Okay.
We need to finish.
I didn't know there was
We're
like
still
more
wrapping
topics
up
to
We're
cover.
still in the middle of this.
Okay.
All right. Now that we've got to the bottom of your hatred of Five Nights,
The mystery is solved.
now, second part is me talking about not only astrology nuts,
Oh boy.
but people who base their lives upon these little pseudo religions in general.
I'm not quite sure.
Fuck them.
Well, like people who like actually take horoscopes seriously.
Scientology,
Yes.
Seventh-day Adventists.
Not those actual, legitimate religions like Scientology and Norse. But no, he means like people who actually like read the horoscope in like an issue of fucking Cosmo and then take it seriously.
Yeah.
It's just like all cancers are fucking.
Like, I think I should tell I guess to establish the mood, should I tell my story about creepy, weird?
Go ahead.
Before you get onto that, if this is going to be the last segment of the video, make the end credits the Weird Al song.
Which one? Oh yeah, everything you know is wrong.
Careful, copyright.
What's up? Fuck it.
I don't care. I'm not making money off this.
Whatever.
I know you're not, but either way, YouTube might still take it down either way.
No, he actually has.
No, they're gonna be like copyright infringement. What do you want to do? And then I just click OK, and then they can't watch it in Germany.
That's your choice. Just saying.
Well, no, he actually has a song where he's going like, that's your horoscope for today.
Oh yeah.
And like, basically, he just goes through, every astrological sign and basically just shits on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was this kid at work who new guy. He came in last year. He's a brother of a current coworker who's a full timer there. He's been around for a while, so of course he has leverage. So this kid seemed like a nice guy at first, but then he started getting really like he's the kind of personality that's like way too buddy. It's like all up in you. Like the second that you meet him, just like, we should hang out and get some girls, drink some beers, or like, you should come to my barber shop in Oceanside. Let me cut your hair.
That's what we do on the weekends.
Yeah, word. So
drink beers and look for
then
girls.
I found out
cut each
that,
other's hair.
Yeah, and then I found out
Plan things.
And then I found out that he was really into horoscopes. And he's trying to convince me mad hard that, like, I should do a thing. I should give him my fucking birth certificate information so he could put it into a generator and be like, this is where you're going in the future. I didn't add that because I wanted to hear your genuine reaction on the podcast.
Wow. What the
That's a thing. That is what he did.
I can
He
tell
was
you
like, do you know when you were born to the minute, to the hour? Well, actually, check your birth certificate and then
Get
text
back to
me it.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Well, that's not the same as giving him, like, showing him your actual birth certificate.
Podcast.
I'm still not really like the sequence of events here is like because like
I
this
could
could
give you
either
the
be like
detail-
really creepy or like really creepy. Because as it is, random guy who just comes to work who wants to like talk about astrology with you and cut your hair.
So when were you born?
Yeah, and it's like I just met you, and then you're all like, "Yeah, let's get some beers and look for some girls." Like, who even says or does that anymore? Like, how is that like? Who does it? What are we gonna do? Just get in our cars and drive around looking for them? Hey, girls, you want to come party with us?
What are
Like,
you, 16?
What is this? 1985? Like, who are you?
Well, my parents told me, back in the ancient times, sometimes it was actually a courting ritual. You would tell a girl, "Hey, what's your sign?"
Yeah, and you also drove around with, I've got a 6-pack and a Hemi. You want to come party with me? Yeah, that too, back in the ancient times when we used carrier pigeons and cuneiform and shit. But other than that, like, who does that anymore?
I'm so
And then to
creeped
do
out
it to
by
another
this.
guy at work down at the marina? Like, this guy's a homosexual.
What the fuck? That's the kind of question you ask when you're dating someone.
Yeah, you don't like...
Well, I wouldn't say that because, at least most male homosexuals I've met do not smell like fish.
I didn't
think I was around for that, and I didn't need to
worked
know
at a
about the
fish
smell.
market.
No, he works at a fucking marina.
I don't touch fish. I don't even get within like 18 feet of fish.
But sometimes you have to touch sea garbage.
That is true.
You're around it a lot. Sometimes you kind of smell like low tide and boat fuel.
As a dock worker myself, I can attest to that. We don't smell it because we go nose blind to it, but as dock workers, we do bring the eau de la pier with us where we go.
The smell of the shit ocean.
That
sounds like a terrible perfume.
Hey, I like to call it the bouquet of the sea.
That's even better. Oh,
I bring with me the gentle mist of the ocean.
Oh my.
The memories of a simpler time.
Not all this axe can cover the sea.
Yeah, I bring back memories of a simpler time when a man made his living off the sea.
Yeah, but I guess
Come
just
home,
back
smell
to,
of diesel and salt.
like it took me 10 minutes to realize like I shouldn't have even like let this kid look at my phone. I shouldn't have even let him get my number.
Does he have like long stringy hair and he's
No, he
maybe
has short hair.
Oh, I was about to say,
Again, he
like,
kind of looks like a
he's
member.
the Night
He
Stalker.
kind of looks like a rejected member of One Direction.
Oh god.
Like,
He might still be the Night Stalker.
yo, man, stab. So
Don't keep your hopes up.
The
he's the
half-slinging
Night
slasher.
Stalker?
word. So like, I mean, I don't know. Like, at first I was like, I remember calling Leon after the fact, and I was like, Leon, I think I did a bad thing.
I think he goes come back to my house.
I think he's
it was
sweet for you
really
because he's
creepy.
asking about your horoscope and it's like week
Dude,
one.
if it keeps going, then it gets creepy. Because
Like-
if it's like
This is what I
That was my first hypothesis. I was like,
Within
either
the first week, was he like, let's go look for girls and like, yeah, drink some beers with me? Did he like say that within the first week of you guys like meeting
the
at work?
second time I met him, I don't see him in a whole week. I usually see him in a
Alright,
day every
see?
few weeks.
That's kind of like, there's like guy code on like guy friendships. Like, unless you've already been friends with another dude since like grade school, that's whatever. But there's like a guy code about work guy friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like if I work with you and you work with me and we're guy work friends, we have to be work guy friends for a minimum of like a month or two before we can even look at each other outside of work. It's a mandatory minimum. And then the spontaneous after work beer has to occur before the whole, oh, let's hang out. Like, you can't just like jump into that the second time you hang out, then you're weird. It's like we gotta work for like a month, hang out, yeah, morning coffee, guy stuff.
that Morgan. This was my hypothesis because I was like, either this guy's like has some like social issues, like maybe he's like mildly autistic, or he's gay for you.
I think
That was my two first
Honestly,
off the bat.
And he might be. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, can you blame him?
Dashing man like me. No. But like, I'm headed up to here with this kid, and I'm just like, next time he asks me about horoscopes, I'm not gonna be a dick, but I'm gonna be like, look, dude, lay off. Like, for real. Like, I appreciate your view on whatever you do, but
I don't, but I'll tell you I do.
just like, hey, you creep me out with that horoscope shit, man.
Or that.
More like
Well, come on, it's still a coworker. We're not just gonna be mean.
I'm not gonna be mean, but
But
I'm
it's
gonna
kind of
just.
like, I feel like he
I
kind
will.
of started
When
this.
I was working at Abercrombie, I was like, everyone I worked with was Hispanic, so I can't really like if they talked to
My
me, they were
blood
telling
is
me that I need to
Hispanic.
do
My
something
blood is
or
Hispanic.
pass me something. So they were whatever. But anyone who I had to work with for the short time I was there during the day, I was like, fuck it. Stop being stupid. Or, hey, I'm older than you. Fuck you. I didn't actually curse at anyone. But
Well,
but
also,
I was a surly man.
You're allowed to like kind of like tell him to fuck off because he kind of crossed the line with the horoscope thing. It's pretty creepy. I mean, it's just a creepy topic for like guys down at the marina to be talking. I don't go and talk to the Cito guys about horoscopes and stuff. Like, hey, freaking Mike, come here to me, read your palm.
Now I've exchanged
God.
numbers with you forcibly.
But like,
Yeah, that's even creepier.
the
He
whole-
exchanged numbers with you forcibly. That's really weird. I have my work friends' numbers for one reason, so they can call me when I'm off somewhere smoking, and my boss shows up. I gotta come back and pretend I was doing some kind of
Or
work
if
or
you
something.
need to call them for like a cover.
coverage or something.
Yeah,
or to cover somebody. But the horoscope thing, like, that's the kind of question I would ask my girlfriend month 3 out of curiosity, and then never like go into it ever.
well, as
again.
I said, that's the kind of
This is like-
courting rituals my parents would do back in the ancient
I
times.
only ask a girl that if I was an unlicensed massage therapist. I just don't really feel like horoscopes is like a valid thing people should even like talk about anymore. Because
Let's
it's
just
like,
even define
if you're
themselves by
talking
that.
to another guy about it, you're probably sweet. And if you're talking to a girl about it, she's already tuning you out.
Like,
Don't.
It's kind of, and if you're already with her, then like you've already bagged her. It's already in the bag.
If you're
What do you
approaching
need to
someone
bring up
like, "Hey, baby,
horoscopes?
what's your sign?" They're like, "Oh, another corny."
To me, it's just like you ask about it out of curiosity and never talk about it again, ever.
And
Well,
when
I
you
mean,
find out
ask
that they're
about it.
vehemently like serious about it, you leave them immediately.
Oh
Yeah.
no, please, because then they're like that one no personality that you really
No,
like.
those girls are always crazy.
Well, I
The
mean, I look
horoscope
into it with
girls.
all the passion and legitimacy of like a fortune cookie.
There we
Actually,
go.
That's
no,
generally
I
how
have like way more faith in fortune cookies than astrology. I totally like fortune cookies are like up there in the mystical with me because I'm always like, yo, like where are these Chinese guys typing this? Like, is there a room of them?
Are they in a summit?
Yeah, is there like a room of them with tiny typewriters?
Now, like you
what's
say
it?
that,
What's
but like maybe back in the day, but now they slacking because they just be typing any old fucking thing.
You know, I've noticed there's definitely been a decline in the overall quality of fortunes. The other day, Ty got a fortune. My sister got a fortune that said, next time choose the one on the right. Basically, it was like the next time choose the one on the right.
All right, now,
That was the fortune.
Now hold on, is that actually slacking, or are they just getting like dangerously specific?
That's what I'm saying. It's like at this point,
that's not slacking. That is so specific that
it's a little creepy.
I got one that didn't make any sense. Like I forgot what it even said. Like it was like
some pseudo philosophical bullshit.
yeah, I had you read it.
Oh, fuck! I forgot what that one said.
I got do it now because today will be yesterday tomorrow.
That's one of the slacking ones. Like
I actually get the good ones.
Like I was
Like the
like,
actual
that was some
ones.
real bullshit.
yeah,
Today will be yesterday tomorrow, so do it now.
yeah.
So, like as we just pointed out, we're having a much more fulfilling philosophical discussion about fortune cookies.
Yeah, it's true, and I don't know like how I'm supposed to approach now he's gonna be at my marina. He's usually at like Inwood Marina, so he's like over 20 miles away from me, which is like not far enough, but whatever. So like I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this kid
16.7.
for 2 weeks. How am I gonna deal with this kid? Like,
Don't be overly rude, but deal with him as you must. Because like at this point, you've been there for like a year and a half. Everyone knows you at your marina. They know that you're not that guy. So just do what you need to. And
No matter what you say, the only person you're alienating is weird horoscope guy.
Yeah, that's
So
what
at
I'm
the
getting
end
at.
of the day, it's like it's not like you're gonna piss off the rest of your coworkers. Like, oh, you were mean to creepy horoscope guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting
other
at.
than maybe his brother, but you know.
Oh boy.
His brother probably thinks he's weird too.
Ow.
Or he's in on it.
Yeah.
But
No.
So-
His brother probably thinks he's weird too.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I work with my brother too, and it's like either we're in on it or like we're totally not in on it together.
But then
so-
again, he's
He's
kind of
like,
weird.
this dude's being a fuckboy. Thanks for telling me.
But he's
Yeah.
kind of weird too. Like,
see, so he'll probably think he's like he won't care, it'll blow over. Like I said, me and my brother work together, and it's like if we were in the same situation, like you told me, my brother was weird. Either I'm in on it, and I'm like, yeah, I know he's weird. I'm weird too, motherfucker, and I'll be weird to you too. Like we were both in on it, or I'll just be like, I don't know, you know. So it's like, yeah,
Don't
he might be
blow
in
up on
it.
him and call him a fucking idiot, but like be like, I'm not. Just don't with the horoscopes with me, please.
No, just be like, hey, what's with you in this creepy ass horoscope stuff? That's
Why
it.
are you asking me
Yeah,
this?
just like,
Don't dig too deep, but let him know you're not interested.
yeah,
yeah. Just, I guess, any input, Casey?
because you don't want to like.
I don't know. Sucks to be you. I'm not dealing with this.
You're an asshole. Good, thank you.
You don't want to like let it get out of hand by like reason of an action. You know, you don't want to like do nothing.
And maybe next time, and then he ends up texting you. Like,
yeah,
when's next
you
time?
don't want to like, you know,
Is it gonna be soon?
you don't want to like let it get inadvertently
So
weird.
rip off the Band-Aid.
Yeah, basically.
So just basically like, cut it out with the horoscopes. I don't care.
Basically.
Yeah, just be like, enough with the horoscope stuff. I don't.
Yeah, I don't care. Just you do you. Not me. Go away.
Or perhaps man is not meant to know his own fate.
Nah, you know what you
You're all
do?
deep.
Guy Lombardo, y'all. Yeah, that's right. Y'all can get over by the woodsy area from your side. What you do next time he asks you about the horoscope,
Just be like, you want to see something really creepy? And then you just take him, and you know the woods, kind of like that little marshy area by Gollum.
I don't like where this is going already.
And then you just take him down by the marshy area, and he keeps asking questions. Just walk ahead of him. It's like, hold on, we're almost there. We're almost there. And then you wait till there's a bend in the trail. You'll find one. There's a bunch of them. I smoke over there. There's a bunch of bends in the trail. And when you hit a bend in the trail, loop back around on them and leave them in the woods.
So you're telling them to do what the fucking seniors did to you.
And then, wait for it.
Fucking
and
Roosevelt
then
Forest.
Get a mask and just scare the fuck out of them.
Like
That's how you deal with most problems.
So you're
like
telling them what to do,
types of
what the
masks.
seniors did to you in fucking Roosevelt Forest, except not come back. Except actually come back.
So your plan for Bob Dylan is just scare the shit out of him. How about you just take him to Chuck E. Cheese's?
Word.
Rebounding back to
Callbacks. Yeah, oh yeah. That's even better. Just next time he says a horoscope thing, just, you want to see something really creepy? I'm like, yeah. All right, text me at 7. And then just go on about your day. And then at 7, pick him up in your car and everything with a bag in the back. And like, what's the bag for? Oh, nothing, don't worry about it. Then drive to Chuck E. Cheese at night. And then just start playing it by ear. See where it goes from there.
Just activate everything
this would only work if you like knew somebody who worked at Chuck E. Cheese's and was sketchy enough to let you in overnight.
But it's like, how long before he like, this is getting creepy, Bob, I'm out of here. And then like he backs down so you don't have to take it all the way. And then at work he just never talks to you again because like he doesn't want to tell anyone else like, yeah, I hung out with that Bob kid. Because like he initiated the hanging out. It's like, oh, I kept pursuing this Bob kid and then he took me to Chuck E. Cheese at night and shit got weird.
It would get as far as like the animatronics start moving.
If
and
it
then
gets any
he
further
leaves,
than that
and then
anybody,
he thinks he left Bob to die, and then Bob just shows up the next day like nothing happened.
No, Bob's gotta like totally like seem like he's up on like when y'all get to the Chuck E. Cheese, like because again, if it goes this far, he's a real weirdo. Like if he didn't back out when y'all got to Chuck E. Cheese at night with the bag in the back seat, then he's really a weird guy and you should stay away from him. I'd have backed out by now.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what are we doing at Chuck E. Cheese at night? Bro, this shit's I'm out.
No, we're gonna pick up girls.
We're inside in front of
Yeah,
animatronics.
we're
at 7 o'clock p.m.
No, like 11:30.
Yeah.
And then go into the Chuck E.
We
Cheese.
mean at night.
Oh,
And then like
nice.
go into the Chuck E. Cheese like as soon as you guys get there and just like walk off like this, just like, you know, just sprint off, run into the back of the Chuck E. Cheese into the machination.
Hey, what's that?
Well, he's gonna need a
Take
car.
off.
Yeah,
Well,
just take off and just. He's like, Bob, where are you going? Yeah, just follow me.
Look, I'd be spooked too, honestly. not
Yeah,
gonna
but then
lie.
like, isn't Bob gonna need his car?
Come back. No, I'm right back
He
here.
has his own car keys.
terrified.
You know, just do one of
fine.
these. Over here.
Don't worry.
No, I'm over here.
No, that requires a team.
No,
I'd be
yeah.
fucking terrified.
That's a team setup.
And if he sticks around through the entire thing, he's too creepy.
He's real, yeah. Like even after you turn on the animatronics and stuff, like yeah.
And they're in
he's just
different
like, So where the
locations.
girls at, Bob? Like where you at, bro?
First of all,
Yeah.
the animatronics is
So-
my limit.
so-
I am done.
So I guess just like, you know, I mean, it's not like that big of a deal, but it's like, it's annoying.
No, but we're just going on our ridiculous Five Nights at Freddy.
You're
Yeah.
still going off.
This is like our fan fiction.
Yeah.
Involving you.
Soldier back to that anyway.
I feel like this was mostly a
Go on,
Five
that-
Nights at Freddy's podcast.
Well, it was.
At the end of the
I thought
day.
that was a pretty damn good callback.
Yep.
Yeah,
Silly
I thought it was
moods.
too. That was a great callback, but like, yeah, just
So Bob, you're officially now part of the Five Nights at Freddy fan fiction. How does that make you feel?
put it up on fanfic.net, do whatever.
So Bob Hayes was heading into 5.
Look, I still have to.
All right.
So yeah, just like this kid, like man, it's
Yeah.
creepy.
So,
You
yeah.
definitely have to like let him know
You gotta put your foot down.
this can't
Seriously.
keep going on.
Yeah,
kinda work
if it
for it.
happens again, which you know, it was like okay, once, whatever. But then if it happens again, I'm like, okay, all right. I see you're going a little too in on this. You say you're not. And that's the best part. He said he's not crazy about astrology. He's not an astrologist wacko.
Then why would you?
But he
ask
cares this much about my place in life, my destination,
Your destiny.
my destiny, that he has me for my fucking.
All right, but he's known me. We've literally known each other like all our lives, and he doesn't even ask me creepy shit like that.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but this guy you don't even really know.
What are you
That's
destined to
really creepy.
Yeah, I guess I'm just
feel like
you know what my thing is. I'm not used to dealing with people like this. This is like probably the first encounter of the creep kind.
It's not really like in the normal pale of creepy. You have reason to like.
Neither have I.
You have reason to really be like, yeah, this is creepy.
Yeah, this
It's
doesn't
not
happen.
Just normal everyday passing creepy, like that guy at work who like is a mouth breather or like chews on all the pens or something. Like, no, this is genuinely this guy like you barely know is like, hey, let's hang out. Let's hang out. Let's hang out. Like, and then asking about your horoscope.
On the second day, he forced his cell phone number on me.
It's legit, really actually pretty creepy.
Yeah.
And it does seem like the kind of thing that could escalate into more creepiness if allowed to go unchecked. That's just my personal take on the thing.
And Morgan has not
dealt with a lot.
He's
of
been
different
through
types of
life
creepy.
like creepy, unstable girls. He knows.
Oof, how did that?
So also, you want to know something?
Marriage, he knows.
Yo, Leon, some shit. Charlie knows him.
Oh,
They were in the same play together.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
he was actually
I
one
feel
of the people in the play, Casey. You went to that play. You probably saw him.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Small world.
I feel like Charlie doesn't know him. He doesn't keep in contact with him.
And honestly, like the other guys in the play, they did seem just a little like too happy about life.
Yeah.
Charlie knows of him. He doesn't
How are we
know
talking
him.
about exactly?
Some dude.
Like, let's be friends.
You've been here the whole. You actually didn't leave the room, and we were talking about this.
Wacky was on the couch.
I was just listening in. I'm just like, I didn't really have much input on anything.
Chilling, sucking up the ambiance and shit. Like,
The creepiness, the spookiness of it all.
yeah, it's like.
But in all seriousness,
This is a pretty good conversation. Boy, Victory Gundam sucked. Wait, what were they talking about again?
Oh yeah, spooky Marina kid.
yeah, but really, how overly happy are we talking about? Are we talking about dosed up to the eyeballs on antidepressants type of thing?
I don't want to
Oh
even
my
be near
God.
him.
No, well, no.
He's not happy. He's more like,
Well, I'm saying like when I saw them at the show.
I can't live without looking at my horoscopes.
Like,
Because they tell me how to live.
So,
Interesting.
and then there's just like one. Well, he's not really a coworker, but he's part of like the Bulkhead crew, and he's pretty good. He's a pretty nice guy. I'm not really like, not,
Until he starts forcing his cell phone number on you.
well, yeah, yeah, he just killed it. But anyway, so like this guy, I come in and he calls me. This is a different guy, by the way. I'd rather not use names, but I walk in and he goes, Bobby Schmurda, like
Oh, this is a completely different guy entirely.
Yeah, Leon's heard him over the phone once. He just randomly called me from the Marina phone. But, he's not a funny guy. I wouldn't really, hang out with him outside of work.
He's kind of one of those, funny hype beasts that, if you spend too much time with him, then you'll realize that I don't really want to hang out with him.
you'll start to regret your action.
I'm okay. I've known Travis long enough that I'm okay with him, but, if it's somebody who is 100% Travis all the time with new people.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So this guy, whatever, I don't care. It's a nickname. I don't listen. I don't know if Bobby Schmurda is even good. I don't know. Whatever. Apparently,
I saw the body about a week ago.
He doesn't know anything about rap music at all.
He doesn't even know anything about Bobby
No, he
Schmurda.
doesn't.
Just play that song.
No,
and
he
that's all
doesn't.
He needs to know.
He knows nothing.
yeah, it's not really the genre.
He doesn't even Hot 97. He knows nothing.
But
That's
that song, but Bobby Schmurda
Is Hot 97,
But
and that's the peak.
Bobby Schmurda is such a small topic that we could just play that song,
Yeah.
and then he would now have the sum total of information that he needs to know about Bobby Schmurda.
Actually, you just saying his top song revolves around. I just got a body about a week ago.
Boom.
Is all you need to know about Bobby Schmurda.
Just like how if you listen to Viper
Just
the
record
rapper,
it.
y'all cowards
it.
don't even smoke crack. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he calls it. That's a nickname. Apparently, this kid.
Extra points if anyone
So
remembers what SHUD stands for.
back to creepy kid.
Acronym.
Wait.
SHUD.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, okay. Right. Back to creepy kid now. He doesn't like it that he calls me that because he doesn't like Bobby Schmurda.
Then why would he even? Want?
So he came to me and asked me like, "Hey, can you tell him to stop calling you that?" I'm like, "I don't care."
All right, never mind. That is creepy.
Oh, creepy. Oh, okay. Now I get it straight.
Weirdos.
Hype Beast was like, Bobby Schmurda, yeah, and then Creepy Kid was like, could you tell him to stop calling you that?
Yeah, like when he
Don't
left.
mess with my boyfriend. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Creepy
but
guys.
that's
gay
really
for
the
you,
vibe
bro.
that I got.
I think he's gay for me.
I think he's gay
You
for
don't
bro.
like if you don't care what they call you, and then he's like, tell them not to call you that, like he's your mom or something.
There's something seriously going on.
Yeah, he cares about you on your behalf for you. Dude, he's gay for you.
Yeah, you are his boyfriend. You just don't know it yet.
Oh god, it's not even like the good kind of relationship. It's that bland.
I need
That's
to
that first bland.
I need to walk this off. I
I've
need to walk.
been in your shoes. I know how it feels. You just really got, you know.
I really now
He
regret
just
bringing
swagged it
that
out,
up.
came back in the bathroom.
Yep.
He came back,
And then he comes back in a bathrobe. I can't feel even more awkward right
Heavy
now.
step in it too. You can see the step waves on the computer of him re-entering the room.
with the daddy sipping a scotch and smoking a cigar bathroom.
Sitting there, back in the go on position.
He just looked at us, gentlemen.
Leon, I'm done. Can we just-
fucking monocle when I
Here's what I think about the.
Pontiac, a Tipperino.
Yeah, I need a walk, so
Like-
let's wrap this up.
The more I think about it, like, I don't use the word hate lightly because I know what hate means. Hate is a preoccupying thing that makes your blood boil. It's a thing that you want to kill and throw into the ocean. It's something that you don't want around anymore.
Hate is when you do something like you love it, even though you hate it.
Yes.
Like, you just love to hate it.
Hate and love are the same, really.
Yeah. It's not the opposite.
Is L
No,
Prime
they're not the
happening?
opposite.
It's
at all.
different
Like,
pendulums.
people- yeah.
It's
Like,
two
people
heads of the
say,
same
like, hate and
coin.
love are the opposite. No, they're both like the same thing, really.
It's two sides of the same coin.
And L Prime's happening now.
I fucking hate astrologists and people like this. They use this shit to control their own life. It's like religious nuts. Only it's way more shallow. Let me read this thing in the newspaper to tell me what I should do today. Fuck you and your lack of individuality and the fact that you can't control your own self. This happened to me when I was working at Fairway. There was this one there was like these weird like super fit nuts that would come in there, like to the point where like brolic ladies. I've seen brolic ladies every now and again in there, and she was one of these like super fit ladies, and she had a really soft voice, and like she was asking me for this like coffee product in a can. I forgot what it was called, and I looked up there for her. I got up on a fucking milk crate, and I was like, "There's no more." And she fucking, like, when I turned my back, she picked up the milk crate and looked herself. She was like, I it's not like I don't trust you. It's that I have a type B personality. Fuck you. That's because you don't trust me. That's what the fuck it is. It's because you can't control your goddamn own impulses. You can't listen to someone. I got up there. Why would I lie to you?
What reason do I have?
What reason do I have to not give you the cans of coffee drink that are up there left that I might have
I
mysteriously
already
seen?
stood up there. It's not like I'm saving it.
Why would I waste my time?
It's like
If I was sitting in a chair and I looked up at her and said, "Nah, there's no more," and looked back into my Chicks magazine, and like that would give her a reason.
Chicks, SCHIXX.
If that would be a reason that I should probably check myself because this motherfucker doesn't care. I went out of my way to look, and then she got up. Fuck you. Like you're just you don't have any self-interest or like self-control or self-respect to control your own life. So you let these newspapers and this fucking astrology and this type A, type B personality bullshit control you. Fuck you. I hope you die.
But I don't get it.
I hope the next newspaper says you're a Leo. You should walk into the ocean and drown yourself today.
What I
and
don't
you
like
do
about
it.
astrology is like it's based off of the stars, which are something that don't really move or have moved millions of years ago, and we're just seeing it now. But
Yes.
it's like they're fairly like stagnant and predictable.
Type A people should
It's kinda
go
like-
into their parents' cabinet, pull a gun out, and fire it into their face.
It's like astrology to me. It's kind of like it's kind of like basing your future off of a rock or something. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't change. It doesn't really do anything.
All you have to do is watch the Magical Conch episode of SpongeBob. That's what that is.
Oh, that's good.
That is actually the perfect example.
You might as well, like a Magic 8 Ball. Like, if you're going to believe in astrology, you might as well, like, shake a Magic 8 Ball. Because at least a Magic 8 Ball has a chance of, like, randomly giving you answers. Like, astrology, it's like, Jupiter's going to be in the fucking 7th house. Because we know what astrology is. We know where the planets are going and what they're doing.
They only move in one fucking direction.
Yeah, it's kind of...
Every year.
Yeah, it's like they do the same thing.
For eternity.
Yeah.
Or until the sun blows up, but whatever.
It's like,
or until one of those stars explode.
Yeah, so essentially it's like, what's the point of these horoscopes?
Or until that star fades because it exploded 1,000 years ago and now it's finally fading.
Yeah. Like, what information could you glean from something that's essentially static?
Mm-hmm.
How could you glean new information from it every day?
That's pretty much
less life-basing information.
This is what I hate, and this is one of the things that I try not to think about because it makes my blood boil.
It's also that I guess I did a little like snooping around with the whole astrology thing because I used to have a friend who was way too into it. I literally just gave up on her because she was a lost cause. Where it's just like, cancers are just untrusting. It's like, dude, I'm born in June. You're insensitive. I'm like, I'm probably the most sensitive person I fucking know. Like, make fun of me.
I'm a Cancer. Fuck you, whoever Jack's talking about.
You have cancer.
I hope
you have cancer.
I hope you get cancer.
Like, make fun of me once, I will fucking lose it at home. It's just it's just that. Basically, like, just straightforward, like you said, AB personality is just... Can you not accept the fact that some people just have moods or just a fucking personality that they would just shit sometimes?
Even, like, in Japan, they have even more bullshit like that. It's like, if your blood type is a certain way...
Oh my fucking god, are you serious?
I think this is where this is like getting into deeper territory.
That's just too much.
Yeah.
No, really?
I flinged with a girl once who was like way too into astrology and like all that other like... She was one of those like Nubians, like Black Power.
That
like,
should have ended in the 90s with all the Laquishas and the Shalalovavakahishas.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nubian movement. You gave us a bunch of shitty names.
She was one of those like Nubian, like capital NU, Back to Africa movement type chicks.
With
Back to Africa, where everything sucks.
Yeah, wearing a dashiki and fucking...
Yeah.
Then why doesn't she go back to Africa?
Exactly.
Because of reality.
She ain't got the money, that's why.
She was totally one of the ones that like faked it and shit. Like
wearing an Africa pendant and shit.
Nah, she was one of the ones who had a perm all her life, and then when the natural hair movement got popping, like the day it got popping, like, you know, cuts her hair and starts regrowing like all natural, and then like swears on a stack of Bibles that like, oh, you know, I'm never going back to perms, and the oligarchy and the patriarchy oppressing me and my hair, and you know, and now I'm going back to my natural roots because of my black spirit, and I'm like,
sure.
It's like,
no, you bitch, you just became popular. Like 2 weeks ago, you were like
on a bandwagon.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, you were like ready to claw somebody's eyes out because the humidity damaged your hair, and some guy looked at it too hard, so it started wilting. And now all of a sudden, you're all natural hair and everything. Go natural hair power. Subscribing to 15 natural hair pages on YouTube and
Cody
shit.
2012.
Like,
Cody.
yeah, she was definitely one of those like social consciousness people and shit, and like all
Like,
into
you realize
astrology.
that Coney died 6
You
years
do
ago,
realize
right?
that whole thing was kind of a fake, and if you care so much about African warlords, go hunt down the other 60,000 of them. That would make
What you knew about General
Without
Buck
dying.
Naked
The
and
word.
General Tupac?
Word.
Hunt them down without dying.
Word.
But you don't want to do that, do you?
Like, no, she was one of those, and like she was way into like astrology and all that. And like one time we were having a conversation, and like it basically boiled down. She said, she's like, "You're a liar. You're dishonest, and like all Virgos, you cheat."
Oh my fuck!
Wait, what?
Like, we had an argument because, well, we weren't, long story short, we weren't a couple. So I didn't really feel the need for monogamy. So I wasn't really actively practicing it. So she was under some kind of impression that I should have been. but I wasn't. And then basically she said, well, I cheated because I'm a Virgo, and that Virgos cheat and we're dishonest. And at first I was mad, but then I felt good because I was like, wait, I can blame my infidelity on an astrological occurrence and not my own actions. And she did it for me. And so I dumped her and felt better about myself. And like that was when I washed my hands of the whole
situation.
I don't deal with astrology people. I don't like when people like, oh, what's your sign? I don't even like entertain.
That is
at
the very least.
After that, I just told you know what? This is poppycock.
At the very least, you did it because you were being shisty. Like,
yeah, I didn't blame it.
I hate when people do it because they literally think the stars have them handcuffed to a certain personality.
No, but that's what she believed. It's not me. It's just, she basically was like, I should have known because you're a Virgo that you would cheat. Like, basically, it's no fault of your own that you're a cheater. It's your astrological sign. Because you people were born at this time.
At this day.
These stars make you cheat. The star rays come down and make you...
And say, go fuck another bitch.
Infidelity. Infidelity.
Oh my god! So I just
Really,
I think I'm
the whole idea of astrology is just ridiculous.
It's just kind of like I thought we stopped doing stuff like that like back in the dark ages, like
back when we stopped using fucking sundials.
And when we finally realized, wait a second, I have a brain.
But it's like the most basest of base superstition. It's like not even good. Like,
so shall we wrap up?
Yeah,
I guess they look like they're leaving.
Well, where's Shaq going?
Oh,
He's right here.
I'm still here.
no! I thought you were signaling me to go now.
I didn't know what was going on. I just saw you guys.
I don't know. Leon made.
I was seeing how warm this conversation still was before we can go and get whatever we need to get.
I just want to take a walk.
All right.
Whatever. I'll probably get like bottle. I don't know, just something.
I'll be coming back.
Anyway,
Yeah.
no, as far as I know, you can.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, these people snuck into my house without my consent. I have to really learn to lock my door, but either way, I'm fine.
We came
Told you.
Hey, we came in with booze, so it's all good.
Well,
Hence why I said I'm okay with this.
well, you see, Wacky, I was such a fan of your videos, I had to come inside and meet you personally.
Such a fan.
Again, for the 57th time.
Just as soon as you put in the booze aspect, I felt like I was in a 1980 blaxploitation.
As it like
commercial.
But
Like,
also,
we didn't bring cognac. Come on.
Yeah, or 40s.
well, that's the same. Like, I mean, like, your videos are so interesting. Your voice is so silky smooth. I had to come into your house and just like get your number. Like, I need to figure out like what your astrological sign is. Like, if you give me your birth certificate, I can tell you what the best Gundam is.
The best Gundam for you.
Are you implying that astrology can determine what your favorite Gundam is?
Yes.
Boy, it
Yes,
sure sounds
absolutely.
like it.
Yeah.
Well, you don't
As
know
a
it's not
cancer,
going to work
my
until you
favorite
try.
is
Now, give me your social
T-Reco.
security number.
And with that is the perfect end cap on this episode.
Rate, comment, subscribe, and check it out whenever you want. It's cool. It's mostly Leon and Morgan, but I'm here. Casey's here. Shaq's here. Wacky's here. We're all.
This was basically like a Team Not Crash episode of The Smoke Break.
Yeah, it's featuring the Team Not alumni.
Basically. So that's it.
Yeah, I'm creeped.
he needs to take a walk and like think about the creep that he has to deal with this week. That's it. That's all there is.
I don't know what I was thinking, leaving my child behind. Now I suffer the curse and now I am blind. With all this anger, guilt and sadness coming to haunt me forever, I can't wait for the cliff at the end of the river. Is this revenge I'm seeking, or seeking someone to avenge me? Stuck in my own paradox, I wanna set myself free. mistakes, but the future keeps luring in like a pack of snakes. Your sweet little eyes, your little smile is all I remember. Those fuzzy memories mess with my temper.